Why, hello. Hi, friends.
You know,
How are you?
every time I watch your intro reading, I notice something a little
Yeah.
different. This time, there was an old man with a cane who was not going to stop, and he came inches in front of your scooter.
Oh, no, well, he was just walking, minding his own business, and then I all snuck up on him. So what you don't know is the scooter I was riding was an electric scooter, so it's really quiet, so it like scares the shit out of people sometimes.
Oh,
It was a scooter I had in Taiwan, but I had to sell it when I left. I'm sad because it was awesome and adorable.
man. Were you driving like around a scooter manufacturing company? Because there's like 1 billion scooters, like just in that one area.
No, that's just Taiwan. Everybody rides
Oh, is it?
scooters.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
It's because it's a large population and there's urban areas everywhere. It's just more convenient than cars. It's like nowhere to park if you drive a car.
Wow. So you
And a
drove
lot
up
of
with your
a lot of
Tesla.
Asia. My Tesla scooter. It was kind of like that. It's called a Gogoro, and it's really popular in Taiwan. And there are these electric scooters, and a lot of people have them. Yeah,
Wow.
and it works in Taiwan because Taiwan's small, so you have charging stations everywhere. They'll have charging stations in 7-Elevens, and Taiwan has 7-Elevens every 3 blocks, so it's perfect.
Whoa. You can charge at a
Yeah.
7-Eleven. Oh, cool.
No, like Taiwanese 7-Elevens are amazing. They're like you get everything. You can get they're open all the time. You can get it's like a quick trip, but you can also get like comics and stuff there. You can get manga there.
No. You can get
Yeah, you can pay your bills at 7-Eleven. There's like a cafe. It really is like quick trip and
Wow.
stuff.
So all your bookies and everything, they're located there at 7-Eleven. You can just pay what you
Exactly.
owe, clear your debt.
Exactly. Yeah. Welcome to my channel where I make tourism sales pitches for Taiwan. Anyways, GTA Taiwan Scooter Expansion. Anyways, we're not here to talk about my adventures internationally. We're here to talk about comics again. So welcome to the second Creators Roundtable where we promote campaigns that need a little extra love. We're aiming for campaigns that are under 10K that we think would be doing much, much better. So we have some awesome creators in the back room waiting for all of you. And I want to thank chat for being here with us as well. So I'm just going to bring everyone in and let's just get started because we ran really late yesterday and I want to try to not run as late today. So let's get going. Jason, hello.
Happy Wednesday.
Thank you for being here and happy Wednesday. Pumps back. Hello.
Hi, Comicsgate.
Can we call you Pumpsack or do you have like another name?
You know what? You know, if my real name is Davey, if that's easier, but you know, I guess I identify as Pumpsback Rainey, but you know, all kidding aside, Davey totally works.
Okay, all right. Well, as long as you identify as Pumpsack, I don't want to offend anybody.
No, Davey's all good. Appreciate it.
Awesome. Aaron, hello. What's up, Aaron C?
Hail chat, hail nerds. What's up, everybody?
Hail. And we have Jose.
Hail.
That everybody knows, I'm sure. What's up? And Trisha, Dan Fan, hello.
Well, Dan.
Oh, look at that.
What's
What's
up?
up?
What's
She
up?
had more intro than you guys. Come on, guys. The smallest petite woman down there just like outdid everybody.
Okay, Jimmy,
Holding everybody
stop pitting our guests against each other. We do that at the end. We
that's
marinate things a little bit, okay? Not
right.
right at the beginning. You got to like ease them into our evil plan to make them self-destruct.
Slow boil.
Yeah. So, thank you all for being here. And hello, we have Oliver from 656. What's up? Marco Sharpo, Alex VRB. Tony Gift, I'll go solo. Hi, and my awesome mom's posting links already. I really appreciate it. And again, all the links for everybody's campaigns are in the description. So if you and everybody's links to their Twitter bios should also be there. So if you're watching replay or at any point you just want to go check out everybody's campaigns real quick, or you can't save the whole show, click the description, please, and go just click on all those campaigns and give it a look. And I'm sure you'll find something that you would love and you would like to back. Vaughn is also here. What's up? Oh, no, it's Vaughn. Keith is here. Hello, what's up? All right. I think, and Omega Arts is in chat. I saw him too. Wonderful. So, let's just get going.
You were talking... We're talking about the trailer earlier with Jimmy. Did your trailer get Mo Big's seal of approval? Did he approve of your trailer?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so, but I wasn't aware that I needed to get his seal of approval.
Well,
I mean, I assume he doesn't approve of everything I do in general. So I'm like, yes, you know, I want to please him. He's very important to me.
Absolutely,
I
absolutely.
feel like I can't.
Yeah, you don't have a CG. You don't have official CG stream until Mo, comes into the chat. I'm just saying. I've only been doing this for a year, and I didn't feel CG until I saw Mo in my chat. So that worked.
All right. Well, if he didn't give you the thumbs down, he gave you the thumbs up. So you've got one up on me. So you're looking good.
Awesome. Well, I don't know if I've gotten a thumbs down yet. Mo, if you're in the chat, let me know how much I suck. He's a monster. Hello, what's up? So we're gonna go in the order of who arrived first. So I'm just going to kind of go from Jason, and then Pumspack, and Aaron, and Jose, and then Trisha. And so that's the order we'll go in. If that's all right with everybody. Okay.
Yeah.
And let me just get going. So, Jason, you're first. While I'm pulling your break in, why don't you tell everybody who you are, where you come from, what's your story?
Yep. So I'm Jason Sandberg. I'm the writer, artist, colorist, letterer for Jupiter here. I did everything, including the typos. Jupiter is 40 pages full color. It's on Indiegogo. I am on page. I'm on day 28 of the campaign. So I'm at $4,300 some dollars. I'm approaching $4,400. I'm excited to be here because this is the last couple of days of the campaign, and I think there's some overlap between your audience and the potential people that would enjoy Jupiter. It's 40 pages full color. The basic tier is only $10. It's $10 for 40 pages full color, and if you back, you also get a non-prize.
A non-prize?
Yeah.
What might
would
that
you be willing to make me go full screen just for a moment?
Of course. If I can find the button for that. There you go.
All right. So Jupiter is 40 pages full color for $10. And if you back, you get a genuine non-prize. Not to be confused with a no prize. This is a non-prize. And Rini, I would never lie to your people. I'd never lie to your audience. There's flipping nothing in there. But it's awesome. It's awesome, and it's indie. And then on the back of the non-prize, there's a supervillain telling you that even though you won the non-prize, he's going to win in the end because the best supervillains trash talk. So again, the basic tier for Jupiter, $10 for this. I encourage you to stick around, look at the trailer with us, share some laughs, and I've got to believe that that you're going to want to not pass this one up.
But does that non-prize come pre-licked, or is it waiting? We get to lick it ourselves.
It comes unsealed. So that if you happen to want to maybe play a prank on somebody, you can do the licking yourself.
All right. That is very innovative, and at least you're upfront about the non-prize. You get an envelope. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm sure we get all these envelopes.
And it's better than a Marvel Comics no prize because it's indie, so it's far superior.
Yeah. We're gonna build the Jupiter campaign.
Oh yes. Everything all messed up.
I didn't want to say anything because I was like, "Oh, cool," but
he's like,
I'm so sorry.
I can pitch for Aaron and Jose too if you want me to.
For real.
There we go.
There we go.
Okay,
please do, Jason. Please.
I apologize.
No problem. So as you can see, I'm on day 20. I got 2 days to go. We're at $4,392. So I do have a $5,000 stretch goal. So I'm hoping we make some advancement towards that here tonight as we get people awareness of the campaign. Jupiter is it's a story that takes place in a world that doesn't have superheroes. And unlike a lot of the Marvel and DC titles that are coming out right now, it's not overcrowded with superheroes. It's not take your superhero to work day, where none of the superheroes are special or they're all kind of similar and they're not really unique. So in the world of Jupiter, there's no superheroes, but there are comic books with superheroes in them. And the story centers around this family. They've experienced a family tragedy. I do not tell you what that tragedy is, but there's clues in the first few pages of Jupiter. And they've gone to a cabin to get away and kind of reset their lives and overcome a family tragedy. And the young lady who's the main character, she's a teenager. She wants to run away from home. not because her parents are cruel or neglectful, but just that there's this overwhelming sadness that she wants to escape. In the midst of this trip to this family cabin, a hole in reality rips open, and a revolution in a neighboring dimension. And your timing is perfect, because that dinosaur smashing into the castle, that's a scene from that revolution that's occurring in a neighboring dimension. That spills into their world. It rips a hole in reality, and that revolution spills into their world. As a consequence of that, their normal world finally is introduced to fantasy and magic and so forth. And this young lady suddenly gains the ability to basically go anywhere. She can open up portals, and she could literally now run away from home. She could never have to do homework again. She would never have to grow up and get a day job. She'd never have to pay any bills, right? She could go anywhere. But she has a tension between fight or flight. Does she flee, or does she stay and fight? Because as a consequence of what happens in this first issue, adversaries begin to come into this normal world in pursuit of an exile, as
So
it were.
a trust fund baby.
You could maybe say that. A bit of a stretch.
Destroy his dang pitch like that, Jimmy.
bit of a stretch. There goes Jimmy with his mischievous smiling. Okay, so she suddenly has to make a decision. Does she run away, or does she stay and fight? And first she has to fight just in self-defense, and then she has to fight to defend her family, and then her hometown and so forth. So this is basically her heroic journey, where she has to decide between fight or flight. And she is incrementally going to become a superhero in a world that doesn't have superheroes. There's going to be plenty of supervillains, because again, there's people that are going to continue to come after her, and the stakes going to escalate until she's basically her world's only and greatest superhero. And those around her are going to watch her transformation. And her heroic journey is inspired by some Jack Kirby characters that exist in that world in the form of comic books. So you'll notice that some of the art style is this kind of modern line art with a full color palette. There's sections of the book that are homage Silver Age, Bronze Age comic books drawn in the style of Jack Kirby. And so she's taking inspiration from that. She begins by finding escapism, and then she begins to find inspiration. And the tale spun by that world's Jack Kirby inspire her journey, so that she becomes, again, a real superhero.
All right.
I noticed at the beginning, the first page, the lettering is mirrored, but then it's flipped. Is that the effect of how the dimensions cross each other? Or?
Similarly, yeah. That scene takes place in the comic book within the comic book, but there are that is an echo of something that's happening in the real world.
Right there, where those two gentlemen are in the suits in red. That's where the lettering.
That screams Kirby. Look at that. That's great.
Yeah, very.
I had a lot of fun doing the Kirby stuff, and what I did was I worked with my printer, and I went after the traditional 64 color palette that Marvel had in the Bronze Age. So I did these I did these color fills, and I played with the contrast between the background dots and the forefront dots, because I wanted to find the sweet spot where when you would look at it, you'd see the line art and you'd see the colors and the volume. And then when you look closer, you'd see all those fine dots in the paper texture. And so I probably went back and forth with my printer about 6 or 7 times, had a lot of fun, because I feel proud of getting it, that effect just right. Oftentimes when artists will try to homage Silver Age comics, I think the dots are too garish and the printing is too high contrast. So I think I found a pretty good sweet spot to mimic that 64 color palette.
So does your printer hate you? Like, was it?
Not at all.
Does your printer still take your phone calls?
Yeah,
absolutely. Yes. Yeah.
They're just
absolutely.
being polite.
In fact, they call my printer calls me for advice. So yeah, it's all good. It's all good.
Wow.
Dang.
Now, one of the questions that the chat had was they're wondering, is it the same artist throughout the entire first issue?
It is. So what I will do is I'll adjust my art style to fit the needs of the story. So in these pages, I'm clearly, I'll have some Jack Kirby and some Joe Sinnott inks like up on my tablet, and I'll be looking at it as I'm going. So I'm intentionally trying to mimic Jack Kirby because it's diegetic. It's the comic book within a comic book. But if you scroll down a little bit to the dinosaur. Or maybe it was.
I think the dinosaur was up.
It was up. Yeah.
There we go.
So then, for this section of the book that's kind of has that blue ink and the psychedelic colors, that I drew. I was trying to channel like 1970s John Buscema, but I didn't want it to be the traditional sepia medieval color palette. I wanted it to be otherworldly and psychedelic. So I did all these kind of washes and stuff like that. So again, where I changed my art style, it's for purposes of telling a better story, because I'm trying to create contrast either between different dimensions or making the comic book within a comic book. It also kind of gives me some variety too as I'm plugging away.
All right. Yeah, I like the homages to retro stuff. I think that always does well with the audience here. And are you the artist, and are you doing everything on here?
Yep, I wrote it, drew it, inked it, colored it, lettered it. Even the typos are mine.
Even the typos are yours. All right.
No, there's no typos. I had beta readers. There's no typos, but yeah, it is all me.
Yeah.
Yep.
Don't say that in your sales pitch.
Right. Well, the nice thing about CG and the crowdfunding is that we don't have a monthly deadline, so we can put as much attention and lavish as much detail into the work as we want. Because we're not trying to hit a deadline, right? The book is done when the book is done. And as someone who reads the crowdfunded books, I expect I'm going to get 2 or 3 fantastic books a year from a given creator, but I know that they're going to be worthy of the bookshelf. And that's been my goal with Jupiter, and it'll continue to be my goal, is to produce work that's worthy of you putting on the bookshelf. So we don't have a 30-day deadline, a monthly title. We've got time to make these legit art. And this is another vignette in the comic book. It was just a lot of fun to do some superhero stories as well inside of Jupiter.
All right. Fantastic. It's really impressive that you're doing everything on this.
I have a question for you. Your Speedbolt tier, is that $10 for the physical copy, or is that a PDF?
Yep, physical
You're doing $10
copy,
for a physical copy. Wow.
Yep, 40 pages full color for $10, and you get the non-price. So I did Jupiter in the 90s as a black and white indie, and I got 9 issues out via Diamond. It was critically acclaimed, but I had no marketing budget, and my sales never went down, but they never went up. So I'm getting back into this now. And so I'm trying to basically introduce myself to people. So
That's why I've heard of your book.
What's that?
That's where I've heard of your book, Jupiter. I remember it.
You do?
From the 90s.
Seriously?
I was gonna say, do you know that there's another book out there but that was you? Oh my God, that's crazy.
Me. Yes.
That's me.
So you and I will have to talk later. But Jimmy, from what you recall, was Jupiter unlike anything else on the newsstand?
No, I mean it's why I remember it.
Okay.
It's different. Even today, your cover that you've got here with the colors and the logo, I mean, spruced up a little more modern, but it's great design. I like it.
Dude, I'm verklempt. Thank you. I'm glad I connected with someone who
look at this, throwing big words out there. Now, where's my thesaurus?
I know.
And you're definitely a writer.
Pulling out those creds, but that's awesome. You've definitely been at this for a long time, and it says 1 campaign, but you're not a new creator, so that's correct, important for everybody to realize that you've been doing this for a really long time. So you guys do not have to worry about getting this book. This goes way back.
And the book is 95% done. I've got a hard copy proof right here. So what I'm doing now is I'm doing touch-up artwork and so forth. Yeah. So this is the book. It's a hard copy proof. It's 95% done. So what I'm doing is while I'm doing live streams and so forth, I'm doing some final touch-ups and tuning up the artwork so it's as good as I can make it. At the end of the campaign, I'm going to send it off to the printer. And if you back this book, you will have it before 4th of July. Furthermore, while I'm full screen, I want to show you something. A problem with modern comic books is the variant cover. And there's Marvel and DC trying to trick you into buying multiple copies of the same comic book. For those of you that like variant covers, I'll give you a variant cover, but it's on the same book. So you only have to buy the book one time, but you get a variant cover, okay? Now, while I'm full screen, I want to show you one other thing. You may be able to tell... you may be able to tell that from the non-prize, I'm trying to have fun, right? Another way I'm trying to have fun is that I have a pie ad inside the comic book. So just like the best of the 1970s comic books, I've got a pie ad, okay? So I'm trying to have as much fun as I can. Now, there's a $5,000 stretch goal, and this is the reward for the $5,000 stretch goal. It is a Captain Klein Bottle Fan Club membership card, and it is 24-point PVC. It's laminated. I've already produced them. I've got them right here, and I want to get them out into the world. So I want you all to back, because this is a cool little memento for Jupiter. This right here is Captain Klein Bottle. He's the guy who's on the non-prize. He's on the variant back cover. He's an astronaut who just dislocated from time. So that the years on the membership card run backwards from 2023 to 1953. And again, it's sponsored by a pie company. Now, what's important is on the back of the card. Back of the card is the schematic of the spaceship. It's got my website, but it also has a very important message that I think you all need to be carrying around with you in these crazy times as the world goes more and more topsy-turvy. The message is, if you're not part of the problem, you are the solution. So as you're living your life, as you're not hurting anybody, as you're reading comic books, as you're taking care of your family, and people tell you that you're the problem, you can say, no, listen, I'm not the problem. I'm the solution. You need to be more like me and mind your own business. So I want you all to have that. I want you all to have that membership card. So let's try to get this as close to 5,000 as we can tonight.
He's got the sales pitch down. You guys see that?
Yeah.
Hey,
well, I am on day 28, so I've been doing this for a while, right?
I think I'm on day like 58,
this is
and
good.
I still
It's
can't
pressuring everybody. Y'all got to keep up with this. Cram the same amount of information into your pitches. Go.
And then
level.
I say we troll Mo Briggs by playing a few minutes of the trailer, or a couple of seconds of the trailer. Let's troll Mo Briggs.
I mean, I'll play the whole thing if it'll make him unhappy.
Well, if you play it, pause it between the little snips, we can talk about it. But I had a lot of all the artwork in the trailer is from the book. I just pulled it in Adobe Animate. I had a great time doing it. When I was growing up, I watched like Herculoids and Thundar the Barbarian. I always loved animation, could never justify the time. But when I got Jupiter to almost done last year, I finally had the opportunity to learn animation. I had a great time. I'm no Jimmy Reyes when it comes to animation, but I had a great time. So I hope you enjoy.
All right. Tony Giff asks, is Jupiter ready to print? I think that has been answered. It is almost ready to print, almost done. Let me catch up on a few super chats, and then we will play this trailer. Jonathan Justice for 5. Thank you. What kind of revolution is happening in that other dimension? Will Dinosaur 7076 commence again?
Hell yeah.
You have to pick up issue 1, issue 2 to find out. So hop on board, Jonathan Justice.
Good answer.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jonathan. Lieutenant Hughes for 2. Thank you. Maybe you are winning me over, Jason. You're winning over.
You had me at typos, Jason.
I salute you, Lieutenant Hughes. I salute you.
All right, let's play this trailer, and hopefully I shared audio. Also, hello, Scott and Roland. What's up? Thank you for joining us.
Hey.
Glad you could be here. All right,
Roland, man. Hey, how's it going?
We've got quite the panel tonight, and I'm glad I have the extra fancy StreamYard so I can fit everybody in, or it would have been a bit of a problem because we have like two person teams today. But all right, let's go and play the trailer and see how it goes.
So that was the main clip. Had some quotes about Jupiter from the 90s era. Just kind of recycled them to remind people that maybe read it back in the 90s.
That was a really great trailer. I mean,
Thank you.
It kept me engaged the whole time. I like it. I was like, what's gonna happen next? You know,
But that classic look and feel is just excellent.
It was
Jason,
awesome.
that's an impressive amount of work, man. I chuckled at the end there because for a split second I thought that review said from World Burger.
Yeah, me too.
And I was like, oh, sick, dude. He got the local burger place to review his book. That's right.
So Word Burglar is a rapper who raps about comic book stuff. So if you're not familiar with Word Burglar, check him out. His last album, Burgonomics, came out like last fall. It's really good. He'll rap about like Spawn and stuff like that. So it's good. It's good stuff. Check out the Word Burglar if you haven't heard his music.
I'm still gonna get the hot dog guy in the corner to review my book, though. If that's cool.
No, absolutely, go for it. Guerrilla marketing, go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna get 7-Eleven in Taiwan to review my books. That's what I want.
So Rini, when you were talking about 7-Eleven, I did get some of the I for whatever reason, the 7-Eleven in my parents' hometown, they would always carry the Defenders, and like the drugstores would never carry Defenders. So I got a soft spot for 7-Eleven.
You're muted, Rini.
Fuck. Okay. I said you should go to. I said, well, then good. You should go to. I'm like, why is everyone talking over me? Okay. Well, go to Taiwan. That's awesome. And yeah, I was also wanted to mention, this is like kind of off topic, but the line art and the colors here remind me of Mobius a bit. I don't know if that's an influence, but I like it.
It does. I think the coloring too.
In my DNA is Jack Kirby, Mobius, John Byrne, Scott McCloud, Steve Rude, and Zap Comics. So you put all that together in a blender, you kind of get me. And this next little trailer, centers around that revolution in the other dimension. Kind of gives you some scenes of what happens in the comic with that part of the story.
All right, let's go and play it. Whoa, it's animated. Oh, that's cool. Too much surrealism.
Yeah, it's like Monty Python.
Yeah, I was thinking of the issue. Yeah. Oh, that's cool. Oh no. Oh, I'm stuck in a loop.
You're not high enough for this. None of us are.
Yeah, Monday.
Okay, can you pause just for a second? All right, so so this is the last little clip, and this one I had the most fun. It's the most CG. This is basically this was a guerrilla marketing effort on my part, where I wanted it to feel like a video game, like a Candy Crush game or something like that, or Galaga, but it was about comic books. And so the premise of this thing is that Marvel and DC, or the proxy for Marvel and DC, are trying to shovel shit at this guy, and he's like shooting it to not buy it. And so you'll see these little cautionary warnings down below. Instead of saying like invader alert, it'll say like crossover or death gimmick or something like that. So I had a lot of fun making this. It's the most CG inspired little trailer that I've got. So sit back and enjoy.
All right. cute.
Was that guy like
So-
a retired stormtrooper or something? The way he was shooting, like he missed like 60%.
I had a weak budget. Yeah, I had to do what I could do there. I had a weak budget.
It's very
So
creative,
again,
though.
so give me some harsh feedback on the trailer. Were they as bad as Mo Biggs said they were? Were they? Was it a good trailer? I need to know.
I think the trailers they fit the sort of the theme and seem very creative, psychedelic, and they're catchy. You can split them up into different videos, so that's what I would suggest, because you can upload multiple things, and that's the thing. I don't see a lot of people doing it, but you know how some campaigns on Indiegogo you have like little you can't see my cursor, but there are like a gallery on top, like right under the video section.
Oh, okay.
So go into I think like the extras in the campaign editor, and you can upload more videos there. So if you split it up, I think maybe Mo Biggs would be happier, and we're all about pleasing Mo Biggs. But I think the trailers were just fine. They were very engaging.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You can put up to 4 or 5 videos, and then people just tab over.
Now I know how to annoy Mo Biggs. I'm just going to like
yeah, we're gonna do that.
do a show that's only trailers.
Yeah.
So if we scroll down, we can look at I've got a couple different tiers. I've got the Speedball tier, which is $10 for the comic book and the non-prize, and then there's the second tier, the $20 tier. You get a postcard portfolio, and that is 2 each of 7 paintings that I did inspired by Jack Kirby. That's the Skybolt tier. And if you'd indulge me, at the very bottom, there's a trailer for the postcard portfolio, and it's like 10 seconds, but it shows off the artwork. It's towards the bottom.
You have all your other videos here.
Yeah. So and then just be warned. At the end of the postcard part, it starts another video, so you'll know when to pause it. But this shows you what the artwork is like inside of that postcard portfolio.
Okay. Oh, trippiness again. All right. Stop. Cancel.
So for $20, you get the comic book, the non-price, and that little postcard portfolio. It has 2 each of 7 paintings. And so you can put one on the fridge, mail one to your friend. Your friend will get it, open up the mailbox. They'll say, what the hell's going on? But you get 2 postcards of each of the 7.
That's really good.
Yeah, and those girls were topless on the beach.
There you go. Goggins style.
Yeah.
This is such a tribute page, but I love it. I love when people play around with the medium of comics like this. This is so much fun.
So there's a 1-page strips in there that are like this, and the approach I took is, what if I was back in time and I was hanging out with Robert Williams and Robert Crumb, and they said, hey, you're a young kid, you're wet behind the ears, but we'll let you do 1 page in Zap Comics. What are you going to do? I'd be like, okay, what am I going to do? Right. So that's kind of when I do these little surrealist strips that are 1 page, that's the approach I'm taking, is like, what would I put inside of Zap Comics and have a lot of fun with it.
Great. It sounds like a great intermission.
Yep.
Where like in the story, you just do like a 1-page surreal shot. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That would be a cool thing to, in between chapters or in between story sections, instead of just having like a title page, have like a short comic strip.
Yeah,
I'm going to steal that idea. Or not.
It's the wonderful things you can do when you don't have an editor, right? You can just be as creative as possible.
Yes, definitely. Do you want to go through the rest of the tiers?
Yeah. So if you could go up just a little bit, that Jovian tier, it's the comic book, the non-prize, the postcard portfolio, and a challenge coin. So there's a little challenge coin to commemorate the campaign. That's at the $30 level. And then I do have a retailer. I got a charity tier. I had some people reach out to me and say, hey, I got the book. I mean, I backed the book, but I want to give some to a daycare or a hospital. So I started that charity tier. It's a little bit of a discount. You get 4 copies for $32. And then the next tier down below that is a retailer tier. So if you're a retailer, and as far as I'm concerned, if you have an eBay store, you're a retailer as far as I'm concerned. So if you want to back and get the book during when I fulfill the campaign, there's a retailer tier. You get basically 8 copies for $40, and I heavily subsidize the shipping. So I'm kind of like just breaking even on this retailer tier, but it's important for me to get this work out there in the world. And eventually I'm going to take the overprint and go to Diamond, see if they want to carry it, go to Lunar. But if you're a retailer, and especially now when you're kind of sick of what Marvel and DC are giving you, and you want to get something fresh, get something new, you can back at this retailer tier and get 8 copies of Jupiter.
How did you even reach $4,000 selling 8 copies?
Right,
$40. I mean, you're
so
giving this stuff away, Jason.
My goal is to connect with as many people as possible, and I'll be making enough money on the book, but I need to connect with readers, right? Because I want to continue to do this. I'm not this isn't a get rich quick scheme for me by any means. I want to connect with readers. I want to find people that are delighted by what I'm doing and want to come back and show up again. And then obviously when I sell it, when it goes in demand, and when I put it on like my eBay site and so forth, it's going to be a higher price point, obviously. But I want to be able to, just like the manga is priced aggressively, I want to get this into as many hands as possible. And I mean, well, yeah, you remember me, but people don't know who I am. So I want to kind of get myself out there. So I'm doing that via the low price point and the high value.
Backers, take advantage. Right. This stuff is so cheap. Get 2 or 3 of these.
Get it now.
Yeah, get it.
I like that you have a retail tier for Australia and for Canada.
Mm-hmm.
A double Jovian.
Wow.
Right? And it's just different combinations of the stuff that we had before, right? And then a Kirby homage commission. Ooh, I love that. People like original art.
If you like the Kirby inspired stuff that's in here with Captain Kleinbottle, at that tier, I'll take your character and I'll draw them and color them like I do for the Kirby sections. And as far as I'm concerned, you can use it as a variant cover. You can use it as a pinup. I'll sign the copyright release or whatever. So Nicholas Gear actually approached me. He was the first one to approach me and say, "Hey, you don't have a commission tier. I want you to do the Tin Soldier." I'm like, I had no idea anyone would want this, but absolutely, I'll do it. So I've got 6 people now that have claimed at that level. So I'm looking forward to doing those. And so if you're out there in CG or you're an indie comic book person, if you want me to do your character in this Kirby style, like you see on the other pages of the campaign here, just use that tier and you can do with it what you want.
All right. Fantastic. And that is all the tiers. Wonderful pitch. Great looking campaign. Chat is very receptive. And Lieutenant Hughes is backer 159. Time for 5K. Let's go. Thank you so much, Lieutenant Hughes. Let's refresh real quick.
Awesome. Congrats.
Yeah. It's not showing up yet. It's probably not showing up yet. But these things kind of take a while. And Indiegogo hates us. But thank you, Lieutenant Hughes.
Thank you.
Man,
so the link is
5,000.
So close. We're only, I mean, if everybody watching right now back this, we would be at like 10,000, right? We have like 70 people watching. So what's up? You know you love this. You gotta get this now.
Can you make me full screen one more time?
Sure.
All right. This is my day 28 appeal to you, the fine and discerning audience that watches Rini. This is Jupiter, 40 pages, full color. It's 95% done. 95% done. You won't be waiting on me. You will get this after the end of the campaign. 40 pages, full color for $10. Can't beat that. And you get the non-price, not to be confused with the no price. I'm not a liar. There's nothing in there, but it's the non-price. It's better than a no price. So please take a look at the campaign. And please back. I would love to be able to get the $5,000 stretch goal into everybody's hands. Regardless, have a wonderful week. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll stick around. And thank you for giving me this opportunity, Rini. It's been fun. Thank you.
Oh, of course. Yeah, thank you so much. And everyone's welcome to stick around for as long as you're able. But if you need to go, just let me know. No problem at all. All righty.
It's a fun campaign, Jason. I think you did a great job with this. It's a really
thank you.
Good looking project.
And
It's great.
if
And everybody check out Jupiter issue 1. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
and Jimmy, later on, at some point, like maybe next month or something, I would love to do a short stream with you and just talk about what you remember about the old Jupiter and kind of laugh it up about that. And so I'll reach out to you, but I appreciate the fact that you remember the 90s version. So thank you.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Lovely. All right. So our next person is Pumpsback, and I'm going to pull up your campaign. Make sure I have the correct one this time. But why don't you tell us who you are, where you come from, while I get that done?
Oh, hey, I go by Pumpsback in the chat. My name is Davey T. Otterby. I'm from Allendale, New Jersey, all the way on the East Coast. I always wanted to work in TV and film, and I moved out to Los Angeles like in the early 2000s. One of the first things I got to work on was this really shitty horror movie called shoot, I can't remember the name right now. I'll tell you later. But
I thought that was the title.
Yeah, that is actually that is.
Yeah.
It's very meta. And we're shooting right now. But I got put up in a Motel 6, and I got to run around and bring like fake blood and to different people, and I just had a blast. But I've always just been kind of like on the production side of a lot of projects, and never really had to or been able to do anything creatively. My comic book is a response to the political turmoil, man, and my comic book isn't political at all, but a lot of the content that's put out there today really bothers me. So I consider myself pretty hardcore CG, but I also just kind of like hang up on myself and kind of do whatever. But I'm trying to fit in and trying to find a place, and the chat is actually going to kill me. Pardon me, but the chat's going to kill me because I want to simp for a second. Rainey, I'm a big fan of your art. I think it's really good. Dan fan, I've been watching your channel for a long time, and I was kind of starstruck when I saw you in the chat. So I wanted to say hi to you as well. But all that simping aside.
Get that out of the way.
I thought we were simping here. I was like,
and Jimmy.
No, I think you put out really good content, and I just wanted to say that. But but I guess my comic book is called Unemployed Monsters Presents, and I'm a big fan of comic book. I'm trying to make basically kind of like wholesome, all ages content, but that's not to say it's for like children or kiddie. I do want to explore like darker themes and stuff like that. So I don't know the best way to describe that, but it won't be like super sexual or overly graphic. I do have a character named Chain Brain who has his brain is constantly falling out of his head, and you have to kind of put it back in. So I do like kind of like gross and gory elements, but it's not going to be like super detailed and realistic. I don't know. I'm getting a little sweaty over here. Maybe we should play my trailer, and I'll try to catch my breath.
Oh, sure. Yeah, no problem. I just wanted to say that I think you mentioned that you hang around, but you kind of do your own thing, and I think that's my impression too. I've seen you around, but I've never met you really. But
well, I'm always lurking. I'm always there if you need me. But I guess one of the things that I should say, I'm so sorry for cutting you off, and again, so sorry for simping everybody. But my book is done. And I've got it here in my hands, and it's I've got 2 different covers to offer, and it's a 56 full page.
Oh, wow. Awesome! Look at
that. Love that cover.
I love that. Your style is that's really nice. That reminded me of Gelada from yesterday. One of like the really cartoony, wild, out there psychedelic styles. Jose has kind of a style like that as well. I love that. It's like nothing that I can do, but I just love how different it is. It feels like it's very honest, and you're like being yourself.
So the word,
less cheesy way to put it.
Well, I know I'm actually a big fan of like pre-code horror, like 1950s like EC horror and stuff like that, and a lot of superhero comic books. And I know, so that's where I come from. But I want to. This is kind of what I want to offer in comic book form. So if there's people out there who are looking at it and you're like, hey, that's not my thing. I'm trying to get like the comic book craft down. So as a comic book fan, I really think you will appreciate it. And it's all ages. So I do think that an adult would find the content compelling, but you could also give it to a little kid and not have to worry about any like weird content.
Or you could give it to someone like me who is an adult and a kid.
Well, yeah. I guess
at least you're self-aware.
Well, I guess the reason I'm like trying to reinforce that is I was trying to pitch it to somebody and they're like, oh, all my friends are like 20. I don't think they dig it. And I'm like, no, all ages doesn't mean like for children, you know?
Right.
So that's just what I'm trying to get at.
Right. That makes sense. Yeah. And I mean, it seems like you've got a lot of, it's not overly sexual, but you definitely have gore, and the subject matter and what the story is about is something that adults can enjoy. And that's the important part to keep in mind.
Yeah, so I've got a little family here. That little dude in the middle there, that's CJ and his so that's CJ with the green hair and the guitar. He's kind of my main character, but it's about him and his two friends. That's his little sister trying to be included, and his dad kind of looking over the shoulder. Mom is missing. We're not sure what happened to mom. The kids have an idea, but dad won't talk about it.
Oh, it's a little family there. All right. The thing is, will ask, will I have to buy this book? Yes, you all have to buy this. I hereby declare, everyone watching in chat, you must buy this book. You will, again, you're going to get it. You've seen it in his hands. It's going to be awesome, and I demand this book be backed immediately. Thank you. I appreciate you.
Excellent.
Let's watch the trailer so we can. I'm excited. Let's see what it's all about.
Come buy a comic book, come buy a comic book, come buy a comic book, come buy a comic book. Flip the pages to an awesome story about three kids rock and rolling on the street. Get in the garage and practice till you make something that you love. And when you share it with the world, don't be afraid to go against the evil. People with holes in the heads and cheesy music on the radio. Put posters on the walls, rip them down so they can fall. We made this music by ourselves, nobody even helped. I hope the bad guys end up straight in jail somehow. You'll have to read the comic book to find out.
Go buy comic books. Go buy comic books.
So special,
dude. It's in my head now, and
it's coming. Yeah, I don't even remember, but something about
holes in their head.
Evil people.
Hey,
Best trailer ever, man.
Yeah.
Well, the reason it's good is because the 9-year-old punk rock girl who recorded that just did it all by herself and had very little adult help. And
nice. Wow.
So my little brother's friend's daughter from the East Coast, she's got a YouTube channel. I think it's called Miles and Giada, or Giada and Miles. But she was 9 years old when she recorded that, like last year, and when I was trying to build the campaign, and I couldn't be happier with the lyrics she wrote in the song that she made up.
That's so cute. I was about to say, is that an actual kid? Because you get some women, you can like make your voice really high, but that's adorable. It's like
actual kid, yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Very unique trailer. I love the idea. And also I love, like, I just noticed the textures on the logo. You have kind of this cracked concrete, and the monsters is furry. I don't know if you guys can see on YouTube because it's smaller, but the letters are all fuzzy and stuff. I just love it. I love how wild and creative this kind of art style is.
So I'm not sure if you're familiar with Florian Bertmer. He does a lot of really interesting art for like the skate world and the Mondo and a lot of movie posters now. But he designed that logo for me, and it's really
wow. Is Unemployed Monsters the name of the band? The kids?
No,
band?
Unemployed Monsters actually, dude. That's like Marvel. So this is just my first book. So it used to be like Marvel Comic Presents. That was their first one. So this is. I used to have all these ideas and I don't know. So it's Unemployed Monsters Presents. But what I was trying to tell, I think some of y'all earlier, is there are no monsters in Unemployed Monsters. So if anybody's scared of reading it because you think there's monsters in there, don't worry. What you'll find out, I try to be explicit here. So on the very first page, it says, let me see here. There are no monsters in Unemployed Monsters. There are critters, creeps, mutants, and freaks.
I love that little guy just chilling on the recliner, man. With all that opening page.
Why is it called Unemployed Monsters then?
Well,
there aren't monsters. It's just
Well,
catchier.
I'm not
It's a
sure.
genius
I'm not
sales
sure.
pitch.
And that might just be my anthology. Like the next book will be like Unemployed. I have these 2 other ideas, and I don't want to tell it. Maybe talk about those too much because they're not
Okay.
even close to being done. But I had this project called Hunter Boss. So I just think it might just be like Unemployed Monsters presents Hunter Boss.
All right.
Oh.
Alex VRB says he's backer 79. So let's refresh real quick.
So is the creative team of this book the Unemployed Monsters?
Yes, sir. That's exactly.
I nailed it. I got it.
Yeah.
No, don't say that. But pay your artist, everybody. All right. Let's take a look at what's in the campaign. And let's start with what's in the perks, and I'm sure we'll cover what's in the story as we go.
Yeah, hey,
We
thank you so much
link
for
to the
backing.
song. The chat wants the link to the song. We need that.
I want the song.
Yeah,
No, I want to hear it again.
I'll play it again after the pitch. How about that?
Yeah, it's
I
good.
want to hear it again too. It's adorable. So overemployed monsters. Yeah, there you go.
So the
You
first
suggest the sequel.
tier there, the first tier, you get what's in my hand. You get both comics, which are they're pretty nice hard, almost like a very thick cardstock. I don't know if anyone here had got Kozor.
Hold them up again.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's see that. Oh, I love that one on the right. It's like a 80s rock and roll cartoon, like rock and roll or something.
Yeah, so those are my bad guys. So there's an evil band. There's an evil band called Gleemo, and
Wow.
this evil band.
Looks like nice thick paper too.
Yeah, it turned out
Yeah.
real nice.
appreciate that.
Got this gal in the back. She's kind of modeled after Taylor Momsen from Pretty Reckless, if you know that band. But there's lots and lots of musical references in here. If you're a fan of rap music, if you're a fan of country, if you're a fan of metal, if you're a fan of punk rock, there's kind of references to all those genres in here. I guess the first tier that we're looking at, you can get both covers and an original sketch. That first sketch that you kind of see there is Chain Grain, and here's one that actually messed up while I was doing it.
Let's see. I wish there was a way.
Oh, no way. That's great. Oh, the smear. I love the smear. Adds character.
Yeah,
Just make it blood, like blood on the side of his
I was
face.
just gonna.
That's
throw
what
it
I
out.
always do when I
was gonna
smudge
throw
things.
it out. I kind of
That's why there's so much blood in
But
Fiendish.
I have sketch tiers of each character for like an additional $5 if you want. Some are more intricate than others. So if you were to get like Chain Brain or Frequency Jones, it would be like those would take a little bit more time. I just got all these little prints made up. If you're down to make me full screen again.
Oh yeah, sure.
Now,
I
was
wish
that-
there was a way to just have like you and the campaign next to each other. Okay.
So I've got this one here of this is CJ's little sister.
Oh, wow.
That's his little sister. Her name is Ula, and her hair is like a monster. You can see that eyeball on the
Hey,
left.
there's the unemployed monster.
Yeah. So girls are always talking about their hair and how it's so hard to control. Where hers is this almost separate entity that for the most part.
No. Oh, now I just feel sorry for her. Listen, hair is important for girls, okay?
So here's little CJ practicing his little guitar and his little non-monster amp.
Wow, dude, I love that one.
And then here's so the one guy's name is the crazy kid. His name is Whammo.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So Whammo was the one that you said when you showed us at the beginning that you said the little smear on it. That's the name.
No,
of the
that's
character?
actually CJ. That's CJ. And then so Whammo is like he's burning a little bug right here.
Oh, he's on the left there with the little yeah.
Oh, there's a little like bug face at the bottom. I just saw that. Oh no.
And then here's Clive saying, "Don't burn that bug. That's me."
Oh.
It's so weird and it's cute. I love all of them. This is great. I could see this as an animated series. It would
Totally.
like it works great as a comic, but it could also be animated.
It needs to be animated. We need.
Well, I currently work in animation, but I'm kind of.
Oh, where do you work?
Currently, I'm on a Tubi show called The Fabulous Furry Freak Brothers.
Oh, wow.
All right.
But yeah, I don't know. It's I like the people and I like the show, but I just don't like a lot of the content that Hollywood puts out. So hopefully, the goal is, as I say this as nicely as possible, but the goal is to dismantle Disney brick by brick.
Sweet.
Yeah, I will not comment on that because this is going to be another hour of.
They've already started taking down all the decorations and all the furniture out of the building.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
Yeah, all that kind of mess. Yeah, working in animation too. I know how it is, but
Yeah,
it's
not
cool.
to get
It's great that
swatted.
you're creating your own thing and you're coming over here. That's awesome and welcome. You're
This is
doing
a
good work.
great project, man. I really like it. Yeah.
Well, I really appreciate you saying that, and it was a lot of fun making it, and the team that I kind of, I guess, put together or hired or whatever, they made it look really good.
I can't believe this is under 5K. This needs to be backed way more. It's like I was so shocked. This was the first time I saw this was when you contacted me to be on this show, and I'm like, how haven't I not seen it? Maybe you're also shadow banned on Twitter or some weird shit like that. But this should definitely be funded more. I really like this. You want to keep on going down the perks? See what?
Yeah, sure. I'd be happy to. It's there's not a whole lot here. There's that first one, the second one, and then the third one. So.
Okay. Oh, these are all just very. Oh, it's really short. Okay, I didn't.
Yes.
That's kind of like what my mom told my dad about the kids.
So you can get one. You can get one cover. You can get the other. Or you can get both.
Number one, number two, number three.
All the characters, have, like, you can just see the personality in them. So great job on the characters and the cartooning. They all have different personalities. It's great.
Thank you. I would like, even though these guys did this really good art, I would like to take some credit for some of that. I designed all the characters and drew it first. So I initially did all the whole book myself, including the lettering and everything. And then when I went to print it, I just said, oh man, this looks terrible. So I just kind of got some help from my friends, but
there we go.
we don't have to spend the whole thing on mine. We kind of covered it, and maybe I could just show you a couple of things, and we could play the trailer again and move on to the next guy. But I guess I'm so thankful for Comicsgate, and even though I feel like I'm friends with a lot of people just by watching their channels, and that includes all y'all and Jose. I love your art, and I backed your book, and I can't wait to get it.
Thanks a lot, man. Your art is really, really awesome.
You guys would collaborate really well together. Hint, hint, hint.
I just
matchmaker.
I just thought of something. Okay, so there's campaigns that do the PDF of the comic book as a digital download. You should have a tier that's a digital download of that song.
Yeah.
Now,
definitely.
I don't know how you do it. I don't know how easy it is, but dude, you got to do it for $5. I mean, almost everybody watching would buy that song. So
I'd be happy to give it away. What I'd love to do is print like a 7-inch vinyl and put it on there.
Oh yeah.
That would be great. You should do that for the second campaign.
And we do the remix of it.
By the Word Burglar. Have the Word Burglar
do
a remix.
Yeah.
But I'm just very thankful for Comicsgate because it opened the door to meeting other comics creators, and one of those is Eric Weathers, and he did all the lettering for the book. And like I said, it's 56 pages.
Eric everywhere.
And Matt Yackey even helped out. So there's a lot of color in this book, and there's a lot of world building and characters that you think are insignificant are huge players. But I hit you with a lot of color, and then by the time you get to this black and white page, this is kind of teasing the next book.
Oh, let's see.
Oh, wow.
Right. So this is at the back of the first book, hinting at what we'll see next.
Yeah, hinting at what you'll see next. So there's a lot of color, and then I try to give you a little bit of a break and say, hey, this is coming next, and then I try to surprise you with there's another 8-page backup story in the back. And this is
you got baby.
This is kind of a little flashback of kind of how he got his guitar and certain things that may or may not happen to. There's maybe a little origin of what happened to his mom,
Oh no! Don't spoil it.
I won't spoil it. Well, shoot, my bad. But then also too, even though there's 2 pages here that aren't story, I think I try to make everything interesting, and I believe that comic books are a visual medium, and it's important that the art is helps carry you through the book. And if you could just share me one last time, one of the last things I won't. There's a page in the back here that does spoil a lot, so I won't show you that. But I love villains. I love video games. So you guys have heard of Bebop and Rocksteady? I've got Prof and Clem.
Oh my
they
gosh.
sound familiar. Bebop, Rocksteady. Where have I heard
Look at that cartooning. That's so much fun. I love this.
Dude, that is so reminds me of Ren and Stimpy style.
So Clem's hair is it's like coffee and cigarettes, guys, and
that's
they're
awesome.
brought in the next episode to be extra security because their current security that Glimo has is getting thwarted. But I guess in a nutshell, it's kind of like I'm a big fan of like the Descendants and a lot of like the pop punk. So it's kind of like the Descendants versus like Guns N' Roses.
Hey. Yeah.
All right. Well, again, I love the art. Your style is fantastic, and I genuinely mean that. This is so much fun. I love this kind of stuff. Oh my gosh! And I feel like there's a lot of people that have this kind of psychedelic, trippy, really cartoony, animation-y style around CG. And none of these campaigns are kind of just in the sidelines. But I really like this style, and I think the audience likes it too. And it's not sort of like it's not classic retro comics. Like that is fantastic too, but the point of what we're doing in Comicsgate is creative freedom, and that means diversity of genre and diversity of style. So I love seeing this kind of stuff being put out there, and I really hope that you get a lot more funding on this. This should be at least 10K, if not more. So please back this. The link is pinned right now, and the link's also in the description. Back Unemployed Monster, because I want to see more of this.
Cool.
I really do.
Sorry for the simping. Thank you for the opportunity, and appreciate it.
It's fine. Thank you for coming on. I
Trailer.
Yes, so play the trailer again, and you're more than welcome to stick around. It's we enjoy.
I'd love to. Thank you so much.
All right, let's play it. Let's hear that song. Oh my God, I'm not ready.
Come buy a comic book, come buy a comic book, come buy a comic book, come buy a comic book. Flip the pages to an awesome story about 3 kids rockin' rolling on the street. Get in the garage and practice till you name something that you love. And when you share it with the world, don't be afraid to go against the evil. People with holes in the heads and cheesy music on the radio. Put posters on the walls, rip them down so they can fall. We made this music by ourselves, nobody even helped. I hope the bad guys end up straight in jail somehow. You have to read the comic book to find out.
I am taking life advice from that 9-year-old. She has so much wisdom in that one song. Like,
don't be afraid to go against the evil.
Yeah, she knows about the cheesy songs on the radio, and I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, you have to make that available somehow.
Yeah.
All right, that was absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much, Pumpsback.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. And great meeting y'all. And I'm definitely going to stick around and check out all these other awesome campaigns.
Yeah. All right. So our next team is Aaron and Jose,
Ooh.
and you guys are. Let me shuffle you guys together. But there you go, because you guys are a team on Immortal
Yeah.
Rising.
Nice,
So,
Jose.
why don't you guys kick things off and tell us who you are while I pull up your campaign.
Right on. Well, all right. So let's take a minute to think about Jason's presentation and Pumps Back. That was great. That song. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to download that and listen to it with my 12-year-old for sure. Anyways, so this is very different. You were talking about diversity and creators and all that stuff. So Immortal Rising is like dark fantasy of Castlevania meets the epic fantasy of Final Fantasy. And so it is a team book. It's 5 people who 5 strangers, I should say, that are they're thrust together for reasons outside of their control, right? Fate has thrust them together to fight in a war that they didn't even know was going on, and in a foreign world that is full of monsters, and basically everything's out of their control, and they have to stick together to try to survive all of this and figure out what the hell is going on. So it is Immortal Rising is 2 stories. It's the main story is 34 pages, and that's the story about the 5 strangers. They're basically like, if you ever play role-playing games, they're the first level group, right? And then the second story is the 10-page story, which it centers around a couple of gods who are, they're the good guys, and we kind of get to see their point of view on this universe-changing war that's going on, and we see them, at least in this first issue, we see them on a mission of revenge as they figure out what the hell is going on with the big plot. So.
All right, and Jose's art is dynamic and detailed and amazing as usual. Oh my gosh, I don't know how you get so much done with so much detail all the time. It's infuriating, but good to have another fantasy comic around here. You guys know we're a fan of fantasy on this channel. Hi, Jose. How do you do it?
Oh, thanks. So this is really cool. I'm still playing the song in my head of Unemployed Monster. Yep. So if I'm if I'm pretty slow right now, it's because that's playing on that was freaking cool. I'm gonna go back and play Monsters once this stream's finished. But yeah, talking about this comic Immortal Rising, it was pretty cool because I worked in animation too. So before coming to CG like 2 years ago, maybe, I was pretty much trying to get out of the animation stuff. So actually, my first comic book job after like a couple of years was working with Aaron with Immortal Rising. But we did first the issue 2, and then we redid issue 1 because it was drawn by another artist. So this is it. This is the one. And thanks to Aaron, I could had the time to come hang out into Comicsgate for the first time, and it's been pretty great ever since.
For the first time.
Well, first of all, I just want to say that it was Jose that turned me on to Comicsgate. Because I'm like, dude,
this is not your first time around here.
I was like, well, right. Well, so we've been at this for what, 3 years now?
Yeah, like 3 years now.
The first issue and the second issue already done. So like, this is not something that's a one shot or a one off and it'll never happen or whatever. No, this is I'm set in stone. This is going to be 3 issues. So get in now while it's starting out for sure. It'll help me in the long run, and it will also buy Jose diapers. So that'll be
for the baby.
Okay, I was like, you guys share too much. Yeah, sometimes.
Sorry. Yeah, I should have
want to get out of bed.
Not for Jose, for a child.
Right.
My bad.
Where did your mind go there, gosh?
What is going on with America?
Well, I don't want to get into that. But anyhow, this is lovely art. I love the designs are so awesome. I don't know how you come up with all these.
Yeah,
really
so
awesome
the
designs.
character design artist was Steve Whitehead, and he has some of his own work in this as well. I have 2 sets of cards from him, and one of the sets is the original character designs that he did, and I can't wait till you scroll down and look at it. But like his attention to detail and all that stuff is really awesome. And it's a little bit. That's some copy. So if you are interested in reading all my awesome copy, you can go to the page and check it out. But I just want to show some of the perks and add-ons. We've got, you got the basic physical comic plus the PDF. We also have a sketch storyboard of the 34-page story by Jose. We also have the cover by Jose as a poster. And then we also have the Steve Whitehead art. We have a poster by Steve, a set of 4 cards that is like a, what I'm calling the comic style. And then also a 4 set of cards that is more of like a digital painted style.
I love that style of Steve Weber when he does that.
I mean, that like getting those really helped, as a catalyst to me saying, yes, I want to further this and go with this. This is right, and I want to do this. So.
Yeah, he's so good when he paints like that. I mean, it's digital, but you really can't tell. I mean,
his textures are crazy. So.
I like how polished your campaign looks. Really great presentation with like the title and the graphics and everything.
Thank you. Thank you. That is all Chris Fisk. He does Infinite.
Oh, I knew it.
Yeah, Infinite comic.
Chris.
Yeah, he took the logo design, which is from Andrew Sommer, and he expanded on it and turned it into a theme.
I was about to say, but I was like, well, I don't want. It's like I would be like, well, this is like Chris Fisk. You don't know who he is. I was just
you're
about
copying
to say
Chris
that.
Fisk here.
Yeah, he's really good at making these really clean designs for fantasy books.
I know that like I'm not his only show that he comes on, but he is my wingman. So yes, he's awesome. He's he's always on my show pretty much every Friday or whatever it is that we do it. So
yeah, he's hilarious. He's got really good banter. He's definitely a good person to hang out
we
with.
hit it off because he laughs at my jokes mostly, but also he has a great he has a great comic as well, fantasy as well. So you guys got to have him on. But anyways, for this, if you can scroll down a little bit more, we've got there's the cover.
Beautiful. Ooh, zombies, cute.
Take a second.
Nice.
And what's cool about so there's 5 of the main characters right there, the group of 5. If you can kind of see them, and that is the main story. Like that's the first levels. They're the ones who are thrown in. They're the boots on the ground who don't understand what the hell is going on with the politicians, kind of stuff, right? And they're thrown into a foreign land. They don't know what's going on or what the even the premise of the war that they're a part of is going on. So it's a lot of figuring out what the hell. It's surviving in that environment. Really, the core of Immortal Rising is that it's a man versus nature story, but at the same time, these 5 people have to figure out how to get over their own differences and work together as a team. So
I love that.
When you pulled up LT Hughes' comment, he said, anything Jose makes, I might have to buy, except what he's going to make in those diapers.
Oh my God, Jim. Yeah. So I'm not Jimmy.
Come on. Baby Garcia needs some diapers now.
That's a lot of books, man, because I actually, ever since I came to CG, I finished 16 books already.
Whoa!
So that's a lot.
Oh,
I'm not kidding when I say Jose is everywhere. And you definitely have your own fans that they will buy any book that Jose draws. You have your own little militia over there. So and they're turning out. Lieutenant Hughes is one of them. That's amazing. You work really hard.
That's awesome.
If we get to 5,000, then I'll do some stickers. We'll have some cool looking stickers as well as a stretch goal. So
all right, awesome.
Yeah,
I like that character image because, like, again, I think beyond cool concepts and amazing art, of course, that's important. But I sometimes don't hear people talking enough about their characters and what the character journey is in their book. But that's at the end of the day what really keeps people reading. I think having something flashy and a cool concept, that's a good pitch, but if you want people to come back for book 2 and 3, it's making them care about the character. So you saying that they're this team that have a common goal, but they also have internal conflict. They have to grow and learn. I absolutely love that.
Yeah. So thank you. So the way that I wrote this is it's completely, character, in my opinion, character is plot. And so as the characters change, that progresses plot. And that's how I approach this whole thing. And actually, if you scroll down, there is a panel. So here's some of the cards. Yeah, there you go.
It's like concept art.
Yeah, there we go. You can see the texture on the clothes from here.
Beautiful.
It's really pretty. And then a little bit further down, here's the Meet the Heroes. Right, these are the 5. Yeah, the 5 basic,
character.
So I give a brief summary of their personality and what their major challenges or whatever is their conflict of the story, at least this part of the story. So
All right, I love this. I want to read all of these, but you guys should go to
No,
the
it's
campaign and back it and read it yourselves.
Yeah,
Because,
exactly.
because I want you to back this campaign. That's impressive. Like that
Beautiful
really
art,
impresses
good
me.
story. I mean,
This year, like the character profile thing.
It's all about them, you know. Like I don't
Yes.
think I get lost in it. I try to make it exciting, and with it being fantasy, I have a rich lore. Like this is based on a story for my tabletop game that's been going on for 30 years or something. But this part of it you drop into after what this story happened about 15 years ago. So I already know what happens to everybody. I already know what everything, where everything came from. Like it's all very fleshed out, So yeah.
You're Chris Fisk too.
Yes, I mean we're friends for a reason. Yes, for sure.
Okay.
I think we actually meet on the D&D commissions on Facebook group, right? Because I was at the time I was doing D&D commissions. I really love doing that stuff, and I was really trying to get into one of these dark fantasy kind of books, but no one was hiring something so cartoony. So it was really great, finding Aaron. And I really want people to back this book because with the funds we get, we're gonna fund the production of issue 3. And I really hope that you like the backstory because the characters, the god characters that are on the backstory, those are really awesome, and they have like this level 99 armor, so they have all these crazy stuff. They're incredibly detailed, so I really love the story about these guys, Listo and Erickson. I really grow to love them, and I really want you guys to push Aaron so he writes another story just about them, so we can do a book just about them. I really love to draw that.
I'd love to see more of this because I think Jose, your style is perfect for
thanks a lot.
I mean,
these characters.
So I keep hearing, this campaign is flying under the radar, or like people, veterans are like, this looks like a seed for a great IP. I keep hearing that, and I completely agree, and that's why I'm like, guys, buy it now. Buy it right now, and you will get in on the ground floor of a unique, very unique fantasy IP.
Oh yeah.
Nobody's doing dark fantasy and epic fantasy with an anime cartoon style the way that Jose does it. Like his composition on that page, like I don't know, and his color choices, you don't see that in fantasy books either. So I would say this is a unique thing, and be a part of that. It's great.
Really nice. Yeah, look at these colors, these compositions.
Like
So
anything on top of cost is going straight to Jose for 3. Like I've already plotted out.
Lock him down, man. He's
I've
very,
already
very talented.
We're at least doing 3, damn it. And so yes, everything that we can get on this is going to make the 3rd one, because the 2nd one is already done. We're like 95% done. And you just some last minute edit kind of stuff and clean it up. And that's where we're at.
Aaron, put a ring on it. Put a ring on it now, man.
Dude, and what's cool is like I really like working with Jose.
That's what I did when I met Anna. I was like, "Ooh, I'm dating way out of my class." I had to put a ring on it.
Well, it's like I've learned a lot from working.
I've
learned a lot from working with Jose, and we have a 6-page story, which Jose, I want to say I'm considering expanding it to 7 so we can get
nice
that fight scene at the end of the story. I kind of want to expand it a little bit, and I was given okay because I'm going to be a part of an anthology that Luke Stone is doing, the Out of Obscurity. So we've got a story in that as well. It's a black and white future dystopian story. So
that was pretty fun too.
Yeah, dude. I was like, we've never seen Jose do a mech art. I've never seen him do mech art, and that's exactly what he does throughout the whole short story. So
black and white too. There's some links on that, so that's cool.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, see, here we go. Look at this. Like, scroll down a little bit. Look at some of these airships. Like,
nice. Oh, that is so nice.
Come on, dude. Like, that is gorgeous.
Oh my gosh, beautiful designs. How far along is the book?
All right, so the book is finished. I would say there's maybe like a panel or two that we might have to revisit, but all we're looking at is I'm having Chris Fisk do some graphics on a world or a map. So I have a map already done, and he's doing some nice graphics for me to make it look more professional and stuff. And other than that, it's just doing the layout to go to printer. So, and the printer I pass by every time I go to work, so it's local. I've worked with them before. I've actually, so I had Jose mentioned a first version of this. I have a bunch printed out, which I'm selling on this as well as like as an add-on. And anyways, so like I've done business with them. I like their quality of work. You know, it's 80-pound, 80 weight page. I don't know. I'm trying to learn all the lingo. It's also glossy and all that stuff. So the pages, you know, complement the colors and the art itself. So it's
yeah,
good.
80-pound is thicker than average, definitely. So that's,
And then
for
fulfillment, I'm using Critical Blast. So you know, like if you are out of the States, we have affordable shipping. It's $10 shipping worldwide because of Critical Blast. You know, he's just a fucking smart dude. So excuse my language. And anyways, yeah,
you can't swear on this channel.
Thankfully, I don't have to worry about it. I can just like, you know, collect the info and then send it to him. And then when I get the books, I pick them up on my way to home, you know, and then I just ship them straight to him. I'll probably just have the printer ship it to him. But the point is like then it'll go straight to him and then straight to the people. So
all right. Yeah, Critical Blast is great. He does a lot of he has a whole fulfillment operation he's been running for a while. So he has fulfilled campaigns before. I'm actually using him as well. So he's good people.
Nice.
Good to hear.
Yeah, he's a smart dude. And I mean, like if he doesn't if he's not like a go-to guy in 1 year from now, I'll be surprised. So
he's gonna have a whole operation. He's gonna be fulfilling like 20 campaigns or something. I don't know how he does it. Hopefully
he can quit his day job and just do it, you know, every day. So
yeah, that would be great. Yes, fulfill all our books because I don't want to do it. It's really
yeah, exactly. And he's very affordable. So
the reason it's affordable is child labor.
Yeah, he gets the family to do it.
Everybody his secrets. God.
Puts his kids to work.
The kids are for the minds.
They're Oompa Loompas, Jimmy. They're Oompa Loompas.
My bad. That's right.
Yeah.
What do you call your children?
Yeah.
Free labor.
Hey, Oompa Loompa.
We just call them free labor. Yeah.
So,
those are my guys.
This here,
Erickson.
This is the secondary story. This is a 10-page story. This centers around, so the main story is like the first levels, and they're trying to get their shit together. And then this is the 99th level, the God level. And we see basically the backstory or the meta point of view of this ancient war that's going on. So the main focus of the story, you know, really is that there's this evil God who hates his creator and he wants to kill him because he feels that the creation he's made is too chaotic and he wants to impose his own will over everything. And so he's created an empire to do that. And that is the environment where, you know, we are thrust into the story. And these guys they are not aware of the main plot until the end of it. They are actually, we focus in on them when they are on a revenge mission because some asshole betrayed them in an important battle. So they've gone to hell to find him and get, you know, get some reparations. You know what I mean?
This is the best D&D campaign. Also, this is like Morgoth, you know, trying to destroy his creator, Iluvatar, and then they're going to hell, and then they discovered his plot. I'm thinking way too much about this. But...
You love world building, right? Well, there
a little bit, maybe sometimes.
So much lore. Yeah. So, and I actually, so with the exposition and all that stuff, as a fantasy writer, you know, you can't choke somebody with it, but at the same time, there's so many nerds who love their exposition and their lore building and world building. It's like it is, you know, the narrator is its own character for at least the first issue or two. You know, at least in the third one, it kind of lines up. But there's a lot of info to kind of get into people so that they're aware of what's going on in the world. But I think I found a good balance between the two, where it's too much and not enough. You know.
Right. It's definitely a balancing act with fantasy. I think with the hard thing about pitching fantasy is you generally, unless you're doing like a D&D ripoff, or is like, well, this is just like elves and this is an adventuring party in a dungeon. You have so much world building around your pitch. So that's why I say you have to focus on the characters and pitch the character journey first, and then also just surround it with the world building. But the way you present the world building information in the story is very nuanced. But it sounds like you know what you're doing.
Well, that's smart. I agree. Yeah, I found that with, trying to do these pitches and stuff, it's like I can't get bogged down in the minutia. Well, for one, Jose's art, it sells itself. And so I don't want to bog it down with, oh, well, this is Listo and, here's his backstory. And like, we're into it for 20 minutes because I'm a nerd and I can do that. And I don't want to do that to the chat. So
yeah, well, that stuff can just slowly seep out. Yeah, sorry, but
yeah, exactly. But this image, oh my gosh, I've had people say needs to be like on a t-shirt or a print of its own, and yeah, that's most likely what I'm gonna have to do.
I don't know. I think it needs more intricate designs.
There's not enough lines on the armor.
Yeah,
it's not enough gold. I would like more gold. And just need more flashiness. I like the Berserk sword. This is like some Warhammer character crossed with D&D or the Berserk sword.
That's how it is.
And it's got this like the crown, the thing in the back makes you think of those Buddha statues.
Yeah,
yeah,
you get it. Yeah, and so the only prompt that I gave to Jose, so this kind of speaks to Jose's character design. The only real prompt that I gave to him was like, well, this character is a god of battle. His name is Listo, and he's roughly based on 90s Cable. Like there's this great shot of Cable carrying all these weapons.
Oh yeah,
stuff like that. And so he took, and I was like, I also said that the cultural theme of these guys is Japanese, and bang, there you go. So now we've got this badass samurai 40K guy. Oh, and I said he used two bastard swords. So and because those are the main points of the character, right? And and this is what he came out with. I'm like, okay, yes, please.
Pretty much based on the Emperor of Mankind. Yep.
Hey, Jose. So when are you free for some work? We'll talk later.
Oh, I was gonna ask him that.
You're not doing my guy. No.
He's locked up. He's locked up.
No.
He already put the ring on it.
I have to deliver Lumina Box in 2 weeks, and after that, I think I'm gonna take the whole year to work on other people's project because I'm gonna start writing all of my own stuff. So 2 weeks from now, I'm open for projects. So I'm gonna be doing that all year.
Cool. Well, I'm not in a rush, but we'll talk.
Yep.
Well, and hopefully
and no one else is allowed to talk to him other than me and Aaron.
No worries. I have quit my day job, so I can pretty much work on 3 to 4, maybe 5 comics at a time. So no worries.
Rini knows that Taiwanese voodoo stuff, so you guys don't want to mess with her.
Yeah, exactly.
So I just want to say that hopefully he'll be working on issue 3.
I will.
Actually, will you scroll up to one more panel? So somebody in the chat, they mentioned the Ion Stones. There you go, buddy.
Yep.
There they are, swirling around him.
Oh, nice.
So I know it's not D&D specific, but the whole idea is that he is a god of magic. So like his mask is magic, his cloak, his robes, whatever, the stones around him. Yeah.
I like the kind of like this. Like the seal on the mask is kind of like those Japanese, they have kind of some seals in the mask. I think they're Chinese vampires. They have that too, like in the Vampire Savior Darkstalkers.
Jiangsu.
Yep.
Yeah.
I kind of put that. So I really love the design of these guys, and I just want to draw them again.
I like that. I like the cultural influences that you're pulling in here.
Yes.
This is very important. This is very important. Is this writing system doesn't mean anything?
No.
Did you? Oh, damn it, Jose! Okay.
So sorry. So after watching your awesome stream with Hyper Wizard, and you were going into all this damn, entomology of language and stuff, I was like, dang. Yeah, but I'm all right with it. So the idea, though, is
It's
that
fine.
a lot of the cultural references are just real basic and in your face for a lot of these characters. Just because I didn't want it to be I didn't want it to be generic fantasy, and two, I wanted it to be quick to understand where they're coming from. So
pretty much rule of cool.
yeah,
applies here.
it trumps everything when you're drawing.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, definitely. There's a rule of cool everywhere with this. That's like, I didn't even think of that. That was Jung said they're like they're more like undead. They're not really vampires. That's what.
Oh yeah.
But I like that. Like the Iron Stones. So cool, amazing.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So if you scroll down, you can see the creative team. That's a pretty big list of I've been on this for like 5 years now, and so this is all the different people that I've worked with, editor, logo, just everybody. You're right. And then if you scroll down a little bit more, this is the first version of it. So that cover is done by a friend of mine. He is a mural artist in Illinois. He's got, I think he's working in a museum right now doing a bunch of murals. But so he wanted to do a comic book. I didn't have a cover yet. He was like, hey, I'll do, this or whatever. And so he did that. If you scroll down a little bit more, you can see this is the first version compared to the Jose's version. So we have the art of Kofa Rosa, who was an Indonesian artist that I first worked with, and then Jose's interpretation of the script after I rewrote it, and then he applied all of his professional wizardry.
Really, like Jose's really good at composition, so I like the reworking of the composition.
Well, I learned a lot working with Jose. Sorry to interrupt. Just from like, I don't know, just how like he produces a page, and I don't know. I wish that I had worked with him even earlier, like when I was first making the book, and then it would have helped a lot. But I'm glad that I was able to redo the first one, and it shored up, and made it leaner.
Except for that booty. He went the other way.
That is true. Very impressive. Got 5 more backers right there.
Yes, hopefully. There we go. See, sex sells. Damn it.
Yes, it does.
And just to let people know, as an offside or whatever, I don't custom my books. I don't have gratuitous, sex or whatever in it either.
Don't tell people that.
Yeah,
gore is a little bit. I'll say there's a little bit of blood and gore, but I don't really ham it up too much. But that's we'll see. Maybe in the future we'll get a little bit sexier, but for now, I wasn't really trying to aim for like the cussy kind of stuff. So
there goes your refunds right there.
Yeah, damn it, there goes the last 5 sales. There we go.
But there is a lot of blood and action on the Liston story and the Liston Erickson story. Yep.
Even I've got a little sex in my book.
Oh, booty and blood is fine with this audience.
Yes, I didn't want to put it on IGG, so plus it might spoil some twists in the story and all that stuff. So at least not on this one. So
you don't want to put on an Indiegogo, but it could be pages that you don't show. Indiegogo is really sensitive about this. Is this first version available with a campaign?
Yes. So I added this on. It's limited print because I have some printed out. It's limited, and it's kind of like an extra. So if you really like the IP, maybe you've already bought everything and you want to add a little extra, or you just want to see the original version versus the new version or whatever, the latest one. It's on there. And it is, yes, it is as an add-on. So if you can see all my perks, we've got like a basic, like just a digital. We've got a basic one where you get the physical book, PDF, and for now the early bird card. Then you've got a bundle that's 2 physical books, so you can give one away to a friend or put it on the shelf and not touch it, and then dog ear the other one. Also digital and the extra, the early bird card, and then the everything is 2 books, 2 physical books, the sketch PDF of the main story, the PDF of everything, the poster of the cover, the Steve Whitehead poster, as well as the 8 Steve Whitehead cards. Now, that also includes the early bird card for now. So that'll give you 9 total for all you completionists. That'll give you a full card sleeve. So, yeah. Thinking of you, completionists.
God, you're giving that tear away.
I know. You said that when I was on your show too.
God,
It's like, dude,
double the price.
Jack it now before he realizes he's going to lose money.
Before I go in there and change it for him.
Well, so like I recognize nobody knows me. Nobody knows that I can do what I'm trying to do, and that's fine. So, and not only that, but they're not familiar with my writing or this world IP, whatever. So here you go. This is the introductory price. This is $20 book. Like that's great. Like,
well, I mean,
some people spend more than that at the bar,
there's still, I mean, shipping, printing, and you want to make sure you have just a little extra in case something uneventful happens that was unplanned.
Right.
Honestly, shipping is shockingly expensive. Expect your shipping to cost just as much as your printing fee, or maybe even a little more. It's ridiculous.
Sure.
So, but I'm sure I'm joking when I say you'll lose money. I understand being a new creator, you just want your priority is getting the book to the customers and making it accessible.
Yes.
So that's really
but
that's
it's okay.
the thing to do.
To make money on it, that's okay. I mean,
that it is too. But if you don't want to, I'm not gonna tell you. It's up to you.
You can always take that extra and fund my book. You can always back my book with that extra.
Oh my God, Jimmy, you'll get your turn.
Well, I think it was Peter Samedi who was talking about, talking about like new indie creators just not crowdfunding first, but just funding your first book first, gain your audience and all that stuff. And I mean, I didn't think of that to begin with. It's just kind of the way things have happened. So, but yeah, that's kind of my approach. Is like, look, guys, here it is, and hopefully my audience will see it. And at least over time, I feel like this is a seed, and that it hasn't even sprouted yet. And I think that in time, everybody who finally sees it, it'll grow really fast.
What I would recommend, I mean, not that I'm a big expert or anything like that, but what I would recommend too is to building your audience by building your social media and your YouTube, but then offering something on there where they'll give you their email. Like, hey, like what I do is I have digital brushes for digital artists. Hey, here's a free brush. I'll trade you for your email. So I built up 3,000 in my email list. Just from giving away free brushes, and that's how I got that big email list. So things like that, like, I would recommend looking more that way rather than trying to really do it in your campaign.
Well, you could do it both ways, all around. Just try to put yourself out there. You never know what'll stick. Let's play this trailer, and we're.
One second. While we're on the topic, I just want to say I do have a YouTube channel. And on that YouTube channel, I have over, I don't know, probably 150 videos by now. But my main focus of my channel is it's fantasy comic books, as well as tabletop indie creators and the Iron Age guys. So I have interviews with writers, pulp writers, tabletop creators, and actual play podcasters, as well as CG comic guys. So if you guys are interested in all things fantasy, I've got a ton of shows, interviews, and just hangout kind of shows and stuff like that. So go check me out and sub to me there.
Great. What's your channel name?
It is, you got to type it all out. It's Immortal Rising Comic Book. If you don't, you'll get like some video game stuff. So yes, Immortal Rising Comic Book.
The whole thing.
Pop right up. Yes.
Wonderful. I'm sure somebody in chat will find that, or that should be easy.
I'll tell you, since I've been doing this tour, I have gained probably 40 subs or something like that. So yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you. And you guys will not be disappointed.
All right. Go sub to Immortal Rising Comic Books on YouTube. And ready for the trailer, everybody?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Pew. Let's see.
Ooh, nice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, go buy a comic.
Alright.
Go buy a comic.
Back it now on Indiegogo.
Jose's artwork looks so great when the camera like pans and moves. It look like animation.
No, I wish I was good. I wish I was better at trailers. So for being nobody who knows anything, I like what came out. So yeah.
No,
it was great. Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun. You could tell that like sort of there was a story element to it. You kind of made it. You can imagine it being animated a little bit. So yeah, really nice campaign. Awesome trailer. Of course, we've all been buttering up Jose, so I don't need to do that more. Or maybe I should because I want to hire him. But thank you so much, Aaron and Jose. Everybody back in.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you for the time.
Yeah, thank you. And you guys are more than welcome to stick around, but if you have to go, that's okay as well.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
And let's rolling on to our next guest, Trisha, Dan Fan.
Ooh, Dan Fan. Dan Fan.
I like how everybody was a fan of Trisha, but we haven't really met because I've been watching your channel. I watched it a long time ago, and then for some reason you stopped showing up in my recommends. But so
that always happens. Yes, everyone knows of me,
stupid.
but they don't like constantly watch me because I have like videos that just explode and then nothing the next video.
Right, it must be some weird YouTube thing, but you know how they roll.
I love the one that you did about the Marvel women, the women of Marvel, and like Lady Deathstrike going. Yeah, I saw that one. I went, "Oh, this is a great video."
I saw the first stream with Fresher look on your channel, and it was awesome seeing Fresher being there promoting Forsaken Gods. That was pretty awesome. I really loved that interview.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah. Sure. Well, welcome. Glad you can join us. And for people who don't know about what you do, what your whole story is, why don't you let everybody know, and I'll pull up your campaign.
So yes, I do the YouTubes and I do the comics. I review comics and I yell at them, mostly yelling. But
fun.
You know how it is these days.
Yeah.
So yeah, the most recent campaign now is Horizon Quest. It's a collaborative comic, believe it or not. And it's another fantasy comic. So I guess I'm part of the fantasy team here on the stream.
Yeah.
This is like the fantasy show today. I love it.
It is. Yeah.
You can never have too much fantasy. It's always always good to have more of it, especially when modern day stuff is trying to ruin it for us. So
yeah, exactly. Yeah, more fantasy and more indie creators. I love it.
Absolutely. Wow. So this comic tells the story of Genwen, and he's kind of like the deadpan, very practical type thinking guy. He went to school to learn how to do druid magic, which is all like nature-based stuff, because that's a very practical thing to learn, you know, grow your own food, make your own shelter, etc., etc. But that practical thinking side of him has left him a little bit passionless about life. So he ends up being roped into a group of adventurers who go out on quests, killing monsters and helping people out. And he's not a fighter, of course.
That's the reason.
He can grow grass and fruit, and it's not really
grow grass and fruit. Well, the grass
really fighting powers that he has here.
And then the fruit when you get the munchies.
Yeah, there you go. But despite the fact that it doesn't make logical sense, it's not practical that he would find himself fitting in with this group of adventurers, he still does. He genuinely finds like comfort in being in this group of adventurers, and he finds a way to kind of have his own worth in the group, despite the fact that he's not really a fighter. That practical sense that he has actually leads to him being a pretty smart tactician. So it's a more of a character-based story, of course, very character-driven, but there is a lot of action as well, because part of what is driving the story are those action scenes and how they fight. it plays to their characters and how their characters develop as the story goes on. So this ended up being a big fat 60-page story. It's going to be a thick floppy when you get it.
Thick. We'll like them thick around here.
You two, the women were the only two that giggled after thick.
What are y'all scared? It's fine.
None of the guys were all like, what?
It's a thick boy.
Yeah, it's a thick boy. We like them thick around here. Books and other things as well.
Trisha, I like that pixie you've got like in the suit of armor. Is that like something like she uses?
Oh yeah,
and controls
she pilots the suit of armor with magic like a mech.
Wow,
it's perfect.
That is so creative. I'm stealing that.
It's like
yes, you see like the ultimate bundle thing where we put the 3D printed helmet and we put the pixie inside.
Oh, nice.
That's what it was. I see. That's awesome. I was in the comments. It's like really weeby, but it's like Alphonse Elric, but a fairy. Nobody gets that reference. But thank you for somebody got my reference. But I like that. That's great. Also,
awesome. Yeah.
So I played a druid in Pathfinder a while ago. I was actually on stream, but I'm a fan of the moss on his shoulders and the twigs growing out of his hair because I had my guy have a big beard where he would grow moss and he would cultivate his own plants from his beard, and that's
right.
I love it when people just decide, okay, druids are just plant people and they have moss growing on them all the time.
yeah. And the opening scene that you see there, he like grows a little tiny apple tree from his moss and like picks an apple to eat it.
I love it. That's great. It seems. And so who's this lineup? Do you want to introduce the other characters?
Yeah, sure. So let's see, from left to right, we got like Astrid, the barbarian raised girl who ended up being a sorceress, actually an elementalist, I should specify. She can control the elements of earth and fire. And then next to her, we got our big buff knight guy. He's the type of guy who don't need no magic. All he needs is a big sword. And he hits.
Damn right.
A thick sword, right?
Yeah.
Me killing good.
Yeah.
We have Vera, the pixie in the suit of armor. She's actually a cleric, so she has like buffing spells mostly. But the suit of armor does keep her safe, and she does have a mace that she can also swing around using the suit of armor if she ever needs to be in combat.
Wow.
And then we have the party leader, who is Alanwi. And yes, she is an elf who is very light and can fire arrows extremely fast. She has no arrows in her quiver, notice, because that's a never-ending quiver, basically. It's like a portal that constantly spawns arrows.
Oh, no way, like Mary Poppins.
Yeah, something like that.
Wait, so, okay, hold on. I'm sorry in advance if I nerd out a little bit here. Is this based on D&D or some other tabletop rules?
It's not based on anything very specifically. Like, it's not really tied into anything. It's more so inspired by, I guess, classic fantasy adventuring parties, you know?
Yeah. Nice.
Okay, because I know. So I was wondering, like, how far are you going with the world building? Because for it's like the never-ending quiver, that's a pretty high-level magic item that you can have in tabletop games and in some games. And I was wondering, like, so what the suit of armor? I love that idea with a little fairy in it. But is that an actual class that that has an ability? How is she controlling the suit of armor, or is it just does she have like a racial ability where she can control the suit of armor? Because the only spell I could think of that would actually do that would be like Unseen Servant or something, but that's temporary. You can't cast that all day long.
Right. The way that we have it out in the comics is that she has like glyphs carved into the metal inside the suit, and then she can activate the glyphs.
Rainy coming hard in the paint right now.
No, I'm not trying to like interrogate you on this. I was like, ooh, world building. Oh my gosh, I want to talk about this. Okay. No, that's
Rainey was going alpha nerd on you.
No, I'm sorry. No, I love this stuff so much, and I like the suit of armor idea. So she has glyphs inside. That makes a lot of sense. So it's just like FMA. I don't know if you're like doing that reference, but I know you know about more anime and manga than a lot of other YouTubers.
Oh yeah, I've read quite a lot of manga in my lifetime.
Yes, awesome.
Obviously, kind of inspired by manga style comics here.
All right. Awesome. That sounds like a pretty concise and engaging adventuring party. And
who's the artist here, Trisha, on this book?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Who's the artist on your book?
Me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm the artist. The writer is actually my boyfriend.
Oh, so you guys are making. Okay. Wow, good team.
Yeah, we kind of, contributed both to the story, but for the most part, he's the main writer. It's like a lot of his ideas that we were putting in there. And yeah, we'd been talking about making a comic together for the longest time. So we finally went and did it. And
you're like, he's the main writer. It was a lot of his ideas that I reworked and changed to put in this comic.
Oh, that's awesome. That's so sweet. I thought you were doing everything, and I was about to say that's really impressive. That it seems like you're like the one woman show on this book. But
I've done everything before, but for this comic is extra special. And Adam, he's like a fantasy writer himself. He also, is a big metalhead and, of course, a DM. So,
all right,
Dungeon Master.
Lovely. Yes, minor gore and violence. Well, that's not a problem around here at all.
He's a DM, not just in the bedroom, but in the game room too.
Whoa.
That's
Jimmy.
I'm sharing my life.
That's a decorum. It's our guest that's on my channel for the first time.
Yeah, behave yourself.
I apologize.
I really like her armor. That choice of armor is really nice. It's very fantasy esque. I like that.
This armor?
Yes, it's for some reason female armor is very much that all the time, and I like it.
I agree. She's very well protected.
It could be the John Woo fabric. I'm with John Wick. John Woo. I'm thinking of John Woo, the director. John Wick.
Oh, right.
Fabric.
Well, I like the whole fairy in a armor suit. Like that's original. That's really cool. And I like the juxtaposition of the big titty goth girl. That's really nice.
Goth girl. Well, she's a barbarian girl elemental.
Barbarian. Oh, I like that even more.
Yeah,
this page.
I like that concept.
This page here has got good. It's got good layouts, good motion, good action,
good pacing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Will it be in color, Trisha, or is the book in black and white?
It's just going to be black and white.
All right. And how many pages is this?
60 pages.
Okay. Oh, you said that earlier, and I totally.
It's a thick boy.
Thick floppy.
Silly me. Yeah. Thick. Here you have the characters. You had Hakon, the glory-driven knight. And Astrid, she's the barbaric elementalist. All right.
Nice.
And then Vera, the pixie cleric. Oh, she's the one that's above. That's adorable. I love this character concept. That's really original. And she's wearing like a little flower wreath on her head.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I figured it would help remind the reader that the armor belongs to her.
Yeah, no, that's great. That's a really nice visual signifier because she's always inside the armor, so you forget this is a cute little girl fairy inside that angry knight's armor.
Oh, I was calling her Pixie. She's a fairy, or is that the same thing?
Technically, they're not the same thing, but I don't know if you're differentiating.
Yeah,
I apologize if I got it wrong.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they're switchable.
They can be, but some fantasy differentiate.
Yeah, they're of the same species. I don't know how do you put a pixie and fairy. I mean, they're pretty similar. Yeah.
A pixie is a type of fairy in standard D&D, but again, this is your own world. You're not doing only D&D. It's just it seems like you have a lot of references to it, but it's not necessarily like. Is this based on any campaign, or is it totally your own thing?
just totally original story right here.
All
Although
right.
he did have someone else play the pixie in a suit of armor in one of his campaigns. He kind of gave her the idea for the character, and she tried it out.
All right.
Just to see how it would work mechanically, you know.
On the on the 3D printed helmet with the fairy as for that $75 tier, how tall is that in real life? Once you know, for if how tall is it? That little 3D
I wish I
model.
had an example. It's like that.
Cool. That's great. That's great.
Oh, so that maybe like 8 inches ish, 8, 10, like that. Is it? Hold on, let me get full screen you.
It like would fit in your hand.
Nice.
Like that.
Oh, okay.
That's a good size. Yeah.
Yeah, that's quite sizable. Is there a limited? I guess let's go talk about the tiers. Oh, you have original art, but they're all sold out. Too late.
Yeah, they sold they were all sold out basically on day one.
Is it issue 1? Or is it
yeah, it's a contained story, so it won't leave you on a cliffhanger or anything. But
all right. Oh, that's good. I think people like that as well. I mean, I love long form stories, but it's either as long as you have it planned out and it's for a first time book, or well, you're not a first time creator at all, so that's different. But there is also value to a contained story, especially for, I guess, like a fantasy concept all bundled into one. Do you have plans to expand it? Like, if this does really well, can you expand it in the future?
Oh yeah, all my stories I basically always end open-ended, and we did the same thing for this. So if we wanted to tell another story with these same characters, we could do that easily. Just send them on another quest, you know?
Cool. Yeah, that makes sense.
Because they look like a great. Yeah. They look great. I mean, the group you've got.
This reminds me of, okay, I don't know if anybody else has seen this piece, and I forgot the artist, but there's a artist who did this painting of One Piece characters eating on a dining table, and it was just like the same color scheme, and all the characters it was like this Japanese dining table, and it's a huge cast, but Nico Robin's hands were coming out of like the ground, the floor, and doing all kinds of stuff, and with the floating, I know it's not like a phantom arm, that's the armor, right? With the fairy?
Oh yeah, she's like controlling the hand to toast with Harkon.
Right, but this just reminded me of that. Nobody knows what I'm talking about, but I really like this.
Yeah, I love the magic glow you put around it, that purple to emphasize the magic that she's using to make it levitate. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, for the posters, Adam we couldn't decide, like, oh, do we want something actiony or do we want something calm? And we ended up doing both and just putting them both in one bundle.
I like this.
That's
nice.
Really nice.
You should put the posters at the top. Just be like, hey, come hither. It's really beautiful.
Oh yeah, this is some of his best work right here.
Who did that?
Good.
Whose work is that?
Jamina?
Yeah, I have the username down there. I feel like if I try to pronounce his name, I'll butcher it or something. It's like Dimitros.
Dimina, that's DIMINA 19. I assume that's a Twitter handle.
Yes.
So if anyone wants to check that out, yeah, this is beautiful art. I really like it. Not just like the monster and the composition. Look at that smoke. Smoke is really hard to draw, and he did it really well here. But the face, I can't really zoom in more on this browser, but it's really well done. Yeah, and these are all posters that are available with are they as add-ons, or because I don't?
They're in a double poster bundle.
Although
the ultimate bundle also includes them, and the double book bundle includes them.
Yeah.
Try as an experiment, Rainey. Try Control Plus on your keyboard when you're.
Is this going to implode my browser, or
no? While you have the browser as your main application up front, just Control Plus. There you go, and then Control 0 to go back to
Wow, we're very we can see so clearly now.
Control minus or Control 0 to go back to the original size.
So, back to this campaign, everybody.
We're good.
Oh, all day. Hold on. Okay, there's a lot of other cool stuff here. So I can zoom in a little more. Okay, so Indiegogo does this weird thing when I zoom in too much, it jumps and it pisses me off. But anyway, so that's beautiful posters, and you can get them both as a double poster bundle right here.
Wow,
love it.
Love it.
All right, and so what's this? This is like a nice cover.
Yeah, what a great personality.
Yeah. What stops women from dressing like that? I don't understand.
Nothing at all. I have no idea why we don't.
Yeah.
So originally I was supposed to come out with the comic first, but my hard drive died and I lost all the progress. So we ended up having, like, the way that it was scheduled out, he ended up having his next book, which is Slayer in the Wide Valley, coming out around the same time, being finished up around the same time as I was finished redoing all the work that I did. So I figured, why don't we put it in my in the campaign and include it as like a double one of the bundles to put the books together so they can get like 2 books that you wrote. And so that's what this is right here, Slayer in the Wide Valley.
Yeah.
Beautiful. That's a beautiful cover.
I just want to point out Holy Hand Grenades. Yeah, Henry Cavill arms. Yes, I agree.
I see it now. I see it.
Swole.
Oh no, he does have the Henry Cavill arms. Who was it saying Henry Cavill has like thick arms?
I said that on
oh no! Now I can't see it. You guys are so mean. Henry Cavill is a beautiful specimen of a human being.
Yeah.
Peak masculinity.
I will not tolerate this.
I knew a guy like that. We used to call him Gator because it was like alligator arms. Yeah, Gator. Here goes Gator.
Yeah.
Oh,
nice.
You're all terrible. Hold on. Who is this? Who is this?
I think you're getting trolled. So
no. You changed, this person changed their username. That's Nanarsa, and I'm not going to say what that says because that's terrible. Why would you do that to a dolphin? I disavow. But thank you for actually saying something in Nanarsa in your handle.
Huh.
Wow, they took the time to learn the made-up language, the language you made up. That is impressive.
That was a very in-joke thing. I'm sorry, everybody. Someone, their name references some stuff from my comic, and it's rather jarring. But anyhow.
But if you want to decode it, go back Fiendish to find out what it means.
Rini, are you going to do a decoder ring at some point for your elf language? A decoder ring? Or a translator ring?
Decoder, what was that? What was that? Like
you do have a dictionary in the book.
Like a translator ring? Okay.
Oh, I have the dictionary on the website. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was the website. That's right.
Yeah, it's on the back. I have a glossary in the back of the book, but the whole dictionary is on the website, and so it's just I'm just putting it out there because I want people to be able to read it.
So Trisha, what's Wide Valley about?
So Slayer in the Wide Valley basically tells this. It's separate from the comic, but it's telling its own story about these lands that have been infested by orcs. They're spawning from over on top of this mountain that no one could possibly ever climb. It's just like so high, you get dizzy when you look up at it. And so the main character there on the cover, he has dedicated his life to killing orcs, and he wants to find the source of where they're coming from and destroy them for good, like extinct them and all the other evil creatures out there. So he actually takes it upon himself to go on a journey up this giant mountain that no one has ever completely climbed and come back alive.
Nice.
So the story revolves around him.
She seems very concerned for him. So
yes, she's a mage herself.
She's like, don't hurt your face.
Yeah, that beautiful face, and those giant.
So
muscles.
hold Oh, these precious giant muscles. So is this cover is beautiful, by the way. Great composition as well. Like I like it when this is also kind of an aside, but with more fancy fantasy title text, sometimes it can be a little bit lost in the composition, but with the sky in the background, this is well planned composition where the title doesn't get lost and everything. Who's the artist?
Neutron Boar from Mines. Yeah.
Okay, Neutron Boar. Oh, on Mines. Okay, so that's a Mines.
Yeah,
username.
it's not on Twitter as far as I know. But yeah, he's super good artist.
Yeah,
super nice guy to work with.
Looks really good.
Yeah, beautiful art.
I like
all
it.
right.
Like the fabric and everything, just the textures.
Oh, well, check it out. I think that looks very interesting. And here's introduction. Ooh, and these
little swords.
So, as you could probably guess by the fact that we were able to 3D print the helmet that the fairy is in, Adam has a 3D printer, and he also makes these bookmarks that are like swords with his name on it.
Oh, nice.
So we're including the sword bookmark in the double book bundles and above, so also the ultimate bundle.
Yeah.
Cool. Right, they're bookmarks. They look like they have a little thickness to them. Without
they're pretty thick.
Okay, chat. How many times have these two said the word "thick" throughout this stream?
Oh, listen, it's not my fault that Trisha's campaign just has thickness all over it, and that's why you need to back it right now. Because don't you guys like some thickness? I know I do. I know you do too. Get it now. You have two very good reasons to get it right here. Look.
Yeah.
That's great. I like it's. I like the. Does he do the 3D modeling as well?
Well, he does a little bit of 3D modeling, but he's not exactly an expert at it. A lot of the things that he finds like that's free online, and then he can take it and modify it.
Right. Yeah, I've heard about those websites. Cool. Well, it's always nice to see items other than the book. I think what's a really good thing about the sort of a scene that we're in is people can make products on their own and using technology like 3D printing and just connecting with people on the internet. You don't need to go through some large company to get products and toys and models made, and you're doing it right here. You're 3D printing the little sword bookmarks and this helmet as well, all by yourselves. I think that's awesome.
Girthy sword marks.
Girthy sword bookmarks. And here is the helmet. There we go. Oh,
that's
and here's
so cool.
the rune. All right. Does it print like
that? So she is a acrylic standee.
Oh, cool.
And basically the helmet is like a big, pretty standee holder for her.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Does the sort of rune in it? Did you carve it in, or is it?
Yeah, we printed it like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he imprinted the runes on the side, and then like I said, because he modifies the files.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I like that. That's a really cute idea. It ties into the story. And there's a Sandy.
Yeah, that's cute.
She's so adorable. I think this would look really cool if you put a light inside it, because when she's casting magic, it glows, right? So
way ahead of you.
Little LED,
they have those like flat lights that you put under. I've seen them on Amazon where it's like they'll have like some Star Wars character and it's an acrylic printed plate, but a light underneath kind of shines through the acrylic and diffuses the light. So
you can change the color of the light with it. That'd be awesome.
I think that would be cool. And here's original art that's all gone, but
you weren't quick enough.
Yes. Will you be adding more?
I might add more in the future to my website, but these were the first 5 that I did of like all the different characters. And
all right.
I mean, at $25, that is really cheap.
I saw that. I'm like, are you kidding me? Yeah, that's really good.
They
No
are
wonder
like
it's sold out.
fairly small sketch cards, but
I mean, it's still original art.
Look at those hips. Nice.
Those are birthing hips.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Those thick hips, you say?
Mm-hmm.
30.
Let's
We counted
see
30
how
times.
many times. You guys are counting? Oh my gosh.
That's actually counting. We got counting now.
Oh no.
Sorry.
I should have known. That's
Just
still
triggered
really
my inner
affordable.
caveman. So
That's really affordable for original art. It's I would tell people you guys should back it right now before she raises her prices, but it's already all gone. So well, but
I figured it was one of the. I figured it was one of the perks to like backing the campaign early, is that you would get the super cheap original art before it's all gone.
But the new one, up the price. So now, if you want the art, it's double the price.
Mm.
I bet it'll sell. It'll still sell at 50. That's still cheap.
probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Jimmy's right.
Gotcha.
These
I
are
like this.
Great
This is so cute.
sketches. I love them.
I think the fairy's my favorite. She's so adorable.
Yeah, and I love the whole fairy. It reminds me of is it Alchemist? Metal Alchemist? Kind of reminds me of that armor kind of thing.
I mean, I just said that, so you don't have to just like steal my idea.
Oh,
He's
I must have.
heat-eating.
I think I'm heat-eating. I walked away. I had to go, pee pee because unlike Jose, I don't wear diapers.
Nah.
It's fine. It's fine, Jimmy.
Sure.
I follow your lead, Rainey. I just,
Oh,
look
do
up
you?
to
Okay,
you.
don't kiss my ass. All right, let's move on. So stretch goals at 6K. Additional pages will be added, including concept art. That's great. People always like more pages to a comic. And
more
at
content
8K,
is always better.
Yeah. I mean, adding extra trinkets is wonderful, but I think what backers really like is making the book bigger. But that's, you can't always just keep on adding content in the book. But if you can, like, those are the big stretch goals that I think everybody really looks forward to.
And the chat is waiting for you guys to say you're making the book what?
Thicker.
There we go. I was like trying to avoid saying it. I was giving whatever, it doesn't matter. So at 8K, so at 6K, well, the book will be even thicker than it is now. It'll be a double thick book. So, and at 8K, you get a Horizon Quest trading card.
There we go.
Yeah, we had a bunch of ideas for like trading cards when it came to the comic, and one of the things that Adam was saying we could do is make it like a Magic the Gathering style trading card where we give it like stats that you could actually play in a game.
Yeah.
Even though I know like Magic the Gathering is kind of like weird now, but yeah.
It
was fun.
That's because all these companies all of them are just getting weird, but that doesn't mean the original game wasn't fun. And
well, Magic the Gathering was always weird, but now they've just gone and shot themselves in the foot for the value of it. Don't mess with the nerd economy, and that's what they did. So that's their own fault.
Yeah. That's a good way of putting it. I mean, it's like those things where what makes you, like, I think I heard it in regards to D&D and Pathfinder. It's what makes you think trying to mess with very obsessive, detail-oriented people who have no lives and take their hobbies way too seriously would be a good idea.
Yeah.
By changing things up and telling them, well, what you cared about isn't that valuable.
Well, like a lot of nerds are very detail oriented, like engineers and shit. Like they don't want things to be changed just at the drop of a hat. They want to know that not only that, but the economy of the cards. Like they're completely destroying the economy of the cards that have been built up by the fans. Just a terrible idea, but sorry, that's a distraction.
But we're not going to do that here.
Yeah.
It will not happen. We're going to do it the right way.
Mm-hmm.
We won't send the Pinkertons to your house.
Oh my God! True. What were they doing? Yeah,
Nerds are doers, not settlers. I like that. Yes, doers, not settlers. All right, and this should be like an alternate cover or something.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I think this would do really well. Are you thinking of offering variant covers or maybe having art on the back cover?
I was thinking maybe I could put the Minotaur art on the back cover, but I'm not really sure.
All right.
But is this a poster? This is one of the posters, right?
Yeah, this is one of the posters.
Yeah, it's cool as a poster too.
Yeah, the black and white of this looks really sick as well.
Oh, I bet.
Oh, I bet. Yeah, this black and white. The value contrast is really good. Thank you, Motivas and Crafts, for my blowhole bag this book. And someone did. Alaskan Nut says you backed this book, so thank you so much. You got another bag. Let's refresh and see. And I assume you have a trailer, so we can play that.
Ooh.
See, let's refresh real quick. Awesome!
Nice.
And you have 15 days left too. So is this your first?
You got the Trisha tussle going on there. She got a backer. Did you see that?
It was the dance, yeah.
You did a little happy dance, the Trisha tussle right there.
Yeah, you got it back to make me dance.
Yeah, yeah.
You're not seeing it again unless this number goes up right here. So y'all better back this right now.
Wait a minute, me too. If you back, I'll dance. No,
if I dance, people will be doing refunds if I dance. I don't dance. You better not dance.
You never know. You never know. Even if it's embarrassing, I think they'll.
That's right.
Yeah, they'll. There's a reason chat will super chat to see people get extremely drunk on stream, because that's what we're here for. We're here to be a little bit humiliated. It's all in good fun. Yeah, that's my job, to be humiliated for everybody's benefit.
Bare your soul. Yeah.
Yeah,
self-deprecation. That's what I do. Yeah.
All right, let's play this trailer and see what this is all about. Pew.
That's great.
Ooh, I know. It looks good. Oh, it opens. Oh, that looks even better up close. Oh, you need a manicure. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, it fits inside. I see.
That's cute.
Wow. Oh, look at that. Wow, you could backlight that.
Yeah, lighting it really helps. It looks great.
Plug. If you love fantasy, if you love druids that have moss growing out of their hair,
you get to see that happy dance again.
Also, bootylicious barbarian chicks and mage chicks all around. Good stuff. Fantasy. Get this. We support fantasy books.
I love that helmet, man. That was so cool. We got to see it.
That was a really good
one. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a great idea.
Down goes Solo for 10. Thank you. Oh, for a drinking stream soon. Maybe when you're done with chapter 2. I'm about ready to start drinking right now with all that I'm doing.
Yeah, you missed it when we were closing out Dragon Rage. Woo! We almost put Rini on her feet. I mean, off her feet.
There we go.
Listen, I was drinking a lot, but of course I remember. It was only like 5 shots. Please. I wasn't almost on the floor. Don't do me like that. But yes, I am going to party so hard when Phoenix 2 is done. Trust me, it'll happen. Thank you, Down Go Solo. And I promise. I keep on saying I'll do a drawing stream. I know I need to do another one. And hopefully I'll get around to doing that this week. I'm trying, guys. All right. We'll check this out right now. Everybody go back Horizon Quest by Trisha Kufari. And thank you. Did I miss anything?
Yeah, I think we got it all.
Awesome. All right. Sweet. and right on time as well. So let's jump right on. I'm okay. We might be ending before 2 a.m. this time, which is really good. So I'm really impressed with all you. Thank you all for being so concise. You've all been so awesome.
Yeah, you guys are awesome.
Thanks for having us.
Of course, you guys have all been fantastic guests. And for our final creative team, Scott and Roland, why don't you take us away? Let us know who you are. And
Sure.
Somebody wake up Roland and Scott.
Yeah. First, the first thing I want to say, Rennie and Jimmy, thank you so very much for doing this. You guys are awesome for trying to shine light on some campaigns that need love. And thank you so very much for that. So big love to you both.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so I'll start off by telling a little bit about me. I got my start in comics in the late 80s. Thank you, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I wrote some independent comic books in black and white back in the day. Got a job as an editor at Malibu. A lot of folks know them because they did Men in Black. Malibu also published a lot of Ultraverse books that you can find in the cheap boxes these days. And then Malibu, I'm sorry, was bought by Marvel, and that's how I became a Marvel editor. And so I was a Marvel editor in the early 90s until they declared bankruptcy and then fired, about 400 people. It wasn't personal. They just said, you're a line item, you got to go. So, So I took what I learned and decided I would start my own publishing company. I called it Silverline. But what I didn't know is that, or what I didn't get through my thick skull, was that the industry had crashed. And I picked the wrong time to try to start publishing comics in the late 90s. I lost a lot of money and published a bunch of books, but I lost a lot of money. And so I called it quits in 2001. Went back to school, got a degree, started teaching, and that is what I do now to pay my bills. I teach creative writing at the university, and a handful of years ago, I decided, hey, you know what? I really do like comics. I think I want to start making them again. And I discovered this thing called, this is around 2015, I discovered this thing called Kickstarter, and I said, hey, this is kind of cool. I don't have to have money in my pocket to make a comic book. I can get people to help me. And so what you are looking at is Kickstarter number 24 for me. So yeah, we've done a lot of books over the last thing. I am one of these who love COVID. I love the shutdown because all the artists that I work with produce so much stuff.
Yeah, I don't like people touching me, so I love it too. But Roland, I figured out that's where we worked together in the 90s. I did stuff for Silverline.
That's what I thought. Okay, yeah. Right then. The thing about it is I'm like, man, I know your name, but I can't figure out why and how I know it, and I don't want to admit my ignorance to you.
No, that was like the same thing. I'm like, Roland, man, where do I know that? That was one of my editors. That's how. Yeah, I remember.
Yep.
Holy crap! I like how all these connections are made and people know each other from way back.
The industry is so small.
It really is
so small. Yeah,
it is.
So I started. I really didn't want to restart the Silverline. I just wanted to start making some comics again. But then a handful of folks said, no, you need to do it. Scott kind of being one of them. And so here's the pile of comics that we've made in the last couple of years.
Let me full screen you so people can admire.
You can see I got Steam Patriots right up top.
Right on top.
But, there's a whole bunch of comics here. All of these we've done these comics, and so sorry they're falling out of my hands.
Look at all the comics.
What I like to tell folks is about Silverline is that we are a bunch of folks who love comics. We love making comics. We make comics and not drama. And you guys know that there's a lot of drama in comics these days, and I've heard little barbs at Marvel, and I totally agree with absolutely 100% of all that. And that's why we do what we do, because we don't buy into all that. We just want to make comics. Oh, I do want to show you, because the video there doesn't do it justice. So if you can, I heard I think it was Jason asking about full screen. Can you full screen me briefly?
Oh yes, of course.
I got to show you this foil cover.
Nice.
So cool.
This is a foil cover that we're gonna have.
Is that Ben Franklin?
That is Ben Franklin. Yes.
Awesome.
Yep. So, and these things are gorgeous. They are just fantastic. Done by my good buddies at Kablam. But this is just gorgeous stuff. So,
I didn't know they could do foil covers.
Yes, they can. Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, so you can get it off of me now.
Oh, okay.
I just had to show you this cover. You had to see this cover though, because the video doesn't really do it justice, and you can't really photograph these foil covers. They just don't photograph.
You have to back it to get the full effect.
You absolutely do. Yeah, you absolutely do. So I was telling Scott before we came on, I said, we're at 86 backers.
Sorry.
My goal coming on here is maybe we can get to 100 backers while we're talking with you guys. That's my goal. What you're looking at, I'm going to let Scott tell you all about Steam Patriots, but what you're looking at is we got 2 books here. They're the second issues of 2 different titles. One is Steam Patriots and one is Beyond the Stars. Beyond the Stars is written by Ron Fortier. You guys might recognize his name. He did the Green Hornet for Now Comics in the 1980s. Ron's done a whole bunch of other stuff, but that's what a lot of folks kind of remember him for, is the Green Hornet stuff that he did. And Beyond the Stars is very much a space opera. Basically, it's the summary is this big galactic spanning entity threatens all of the empire of man. Man, of course, have reached out into the stars, and a core of science warriors are called upon to save mankind from this galactic spanning entity. So the art is done by Andrea Bormida, who is an Italian artist and has just done some beautiful stuff. And this is the second issue. The first issues are available for those who did not get the first issue. The first issues are available as part of the campaign. But Scott's got all this information about Steam Patriots, so I'm gonna hand the revolutionary stick over to him.
Well, thank you, Roland, and thank you for having me. We're here to kill the fantasy vibe. Sorry, everybody.
How dare you?
It's still fantasy.
Steampunk and sci-fi, and I love what are they called? Science warriors. I love that.
Or diesel punk is also technically I think sci-fi is a very controversial opinion of mine. Not really. It's a subgenre of fantasy.
You're putting steampunk.
I agree.
Fantasy.
Okay.
Yeah, and steampunk is a subgenre of fantasy. I don't understand why it can't be.
So listen. Sci-fi fantasy. I don't care how wide are the comics.
They're thick. They're thick. They're thick comics. They are
we care about here.
They're just right.
They are THICC thick.
Nice.
I don't even know where I'm to pick up on that. So
Science heroes, science warriors. Pick up at science warriors.
Ron Fortier's Beyond the Stars is science warriors, and I am humbled to be teamed up with Ron. With Steam Patriots, and I'm a co-creator. My good buddy Rory Boyle, who couldn't be on the show tonight, I can't forget to mention his name. He and I came up with this story over a decade ago, and it's come through multiple iterations. I wrote it out as a novel, first doing a NaNoWriMo, National Novel Writing Month. If anybody's familiar with that, I highly recommend it if you like to write. And then after studying under at the foot of a Roland Mann, I got inspired to change it to a graphic novel, to a visual art, to sequential a comic, and it's perfect for this medium. So it's steampunk meets the American Revolution, and we have you've got Ben Franklin in there, but we've got a fictional hero, Felix, who he's a smarty pants, and he can recall, photographic memory, for lack of a better term. He can see all the parts and put them together in his mind. And Rory and I came up with this idea because steampunk is always so middle of the 1800s Victorian England, and in most stories it's established. It's already an established technology or something. So we said we've got to have an origin story. Let's back it up a few decades. And put it in America, and make Ben Franklin be the father of steampunk. We didn't have him invent the steam engine, but we had him just tweak steam technology and So in our world, there's the Franklin boiler, which gets used for propulsion and for mills, and just like the Model T, they used it as a tractor or put skis on it or something like that. So the Franklin boiler becomes the engine, and of course the British have their version of it. And Felix is our hero. He gets wrapped up in the war. His dad makes a poor decision at the beginning of the war that you see in issue 1. And so then the British are after Felix, and he meets up with Ben Franklin. And I don't want to give too much away. You gotta read the story to find out what happens. He meets a few founding fathers throughout the story, but it's really Felix's story. It's not like a magic schoolhouse where he's flying around the country and he's present in every the signing of the Declaration.
The absent-minded professor.
But yeah, it's Felix. It starts in August of 1776, and it will follow him. If it's successful, if it keeps going, I would love to keep his story going. It's going to follow him through the war, and he's going to have he's going to kick some butt, but mostly the opening of the story doesn't go so great, that's the kind of storytelling I like. I like compounding problems in my stories. So you're scrolling through. We've got some variant covers here for options. We got three covers, and the foil cover is a Kickstarter exclusive. So so grab those.
I love the foil cover. That's a really well illustrated cover too, like just the art and the colors.
It's Quentin Bedwell.
Yeah,
he did some cool stuff. And Peter Clinton, who is British, so we love. He's the I think one down. He's a great guy too. And then the other cover is by a guy goes by Rodo, Rodo, and he's Art of Rodo, I believe, is his handle. Rodo is drawing always works as well, and he's on ArtStation and Instagram and so forth.
If you go just a little bit lower, you'll see some of the interior art.
Oh yeah,
there you go. Yeah.
Now I'm just a little confused. You might have covered it. Is Beyond the Stars the subtitle, or is that a different?
Sorry, yeah, they're two different books. Because Silverline's got so many titles, and so Roland's been pairing them up to crowdfund 2 at a time.
Yeah,
and it worked out really well that Beyond the Stars is issue 2, and this is Steam Patriots issue 2. So it's a continuation of their stories.
Yeah, okay. So it's two books and one Kickstarter.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And they're 2 different creative teams, I'm assuming.
Yes,
correct.
Each book.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's good. That's good synergy. That's kind of something. There's going to be something for everyone here when you've got like 2 books like this. It's a great idea.
The first couple that we did, of course, because I spent a decade of the 90s working in comics. The first couple of I heard someone make some jabs about gimmick comics, and I did a couple of those myself. You guys remember the one with the bullet hole through the cover?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I edited that.
Nice.
But the first couple of ones we did actual flip books, right? And they were well received, and a lot of folks were like, "Hey, this is really cool. This is something different." But I think after about the third one, they're like, "Okay, what if we just want one of these books now?" And so we're like, "Okay, well." Part of the draw for this is that it is a flip book, so you kind of have to get both books. But we did decide at some point in time, a few Kickstarters back, I was all right. Well, you know what? If someone's just here for Beyond the Stars, or if someone is just here for Steam Patriots, they're going to be able to get just that book. The better deals, of course, are if you get both books. But if you just say, I like Scott, I like his face, I'm going to back his book, and I'm not going to back.
I get that a lot.
Oh no! Grab both of these. Well, they're both under Silverline Comics, so that makes a lot of sense to run 2 books that are both number 2s under your imprint.
Yeah.
Christian Zaffa asked, can he get number 1 for both of these on this campaign?
Absolutely, you can. And in fact, when you select your, you can do it digitally or physically.
Non-digitally.
Yeah, digital actually has a reward tier, just called the double. I think it's called double digital, or the double digital plus catch up, I think. But for the physical, you just select the physical tier you want, and then the two #1 issues are the very top add-ons. So you can add those very easily to your tier.
All right, this
but
art is really nice.
There are tiers for everybody. Yeah, we're real stoked at the art, obviously.
Yeah.
Sweet, but just a note for later, Rini, we're gonna have to point out Daphne later. We're gonna have to do Daphne, Trisha Truffle later. You got another backer, so
you merged her name. Well, I was about to just pull that up.
Can't we see it now though?
Oh, you guys will? Yeah. I mean, I didn't want
we
to.
can wait till after. Yeah, we can wait till.
Yeah, I'll run back.
We want to see the dance too.
Go for it.
Yeah, I'll run back through all the campaigns to see where we are right at the end, and so we'll cycle through for the people who joined late and take another look at it.
The art kind of has like a Brian Boland, Dave Gibbons feel. It's really accomplished. I like it a lot.
Yeah, he's I wish I knew more about him, but he's an Italian artist, and so he's been doing, European comics for years. And the funny thing is, the way he and Ron hooked up to collaborate on this, they kind of hooked up in a. This is going to sound really weird, so you let me finish it before you guys jump on me. They hooked up in a chat room, right? But they were talking. It was a comic book chat room, so they were talking, and somehow they were talking about science fiction and comic books. And one thing led to another, and the next thing you know, that they had this concept that turned into Beyond the Stars. And I've known Ron for years, and so he brought it to me with, I want to say, about 10 of the pages done, something like that, maybe not quite that many, and just said, "Is this a book Silverline would be interested in?" I said, "Absolutely, yes." So
what is Beyond the Stars? What is the synopsis of it?
Sure, it's basically science fiction space opera. The story is a galactic spanning entity threatens the Empire of Man, which has expanded into the stars, and a corps of science warriors, which are kind of our science fiction warriors there. They're called upon to save mankind, and so it's their battle against this galactic spanning entity that threatens mankind. So
there is a battle beyond the stars.
There is a battle beyond the stars.
That's
right.
The title is accurate. This space station is so nice. Art. I wish these were bigger pages. I can't see the art.
But in Pum Spac's defense, there actually turns out to be a monster in Unemployed Monsters. We did discover there actually is a monster in there.
There is. He just didn't want to say it.
We don't know if he's employed though. We haven't clarified that yet. But
Randy, we had the pages bigger, but it seemed like you just scrolled forever and ever and ever and ever looking at the art, trying to, because we wanted to, we didn't want to, obviously you can't put the whole book, but we wanted to put more than like 2 pages. And so we're like, let's do it this way. That they're still pretty sizable. You can still see the art, but they don't take up that whole space there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you're incentivizing people to back the book because now I want to see this art in all its glory.
Yeah,
I like it. I like the art style.
It's Control Plus, right, Jimmy? Control Plus.
Yeah, Control Plus. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Control Plus.
But it's going to be pixelated.
Oh, it's thicker now. It's thicker.
Resolution.
Look at her hair, dude.
Yeah, I really like that face on that one panel. I don't know what this art is reminding me of. It's not quite heavy metal, but it does remind me of some European science fiction comics.
Yeah, 2000 AD. Kind of Brian Boland.
Yes.
Brian Boland in the panel layout. It also reminds me of Richard Bennett. It's got some Richard Bennett in it. Yeah.
Look at all this detail. This is cool.
Yeah.
Nice colors.
So at Silverline, do you do like trades or hardcovers after like a series is done?
We are doing trades. We haven't had that many because we haven't had the opportunity to finish too many of them yet. But I do have a couple. And and of course I don't have them with me.
Sure.
But we do have a couple of them. We've got we have 2 more that we just finished in January that we haven't collected into trades yet. So so we are in the process. Kind of as we get to the end of them, we will collect them into trades. We will do the same thing with both of these. Once Beyond the Stars is 6 issues, Steam Patriots is 4. Once we get to the end, once we've done with all the issues, we will give it a little bit of time, obviously, but then we'll collect it into a trade.
Nice.
All right. And do you want to do an elevator pitch for Steam Page? Well, you kind of already mentioned what it's generally about.
Yeah. I can run through the tiers.
Okay.
I think if that's cool.
Yeah, sure.
Scott, before you
Google
do,
it,
Scott,
this art bit.
is this your art, Scott?
Oh,
Or-
no.
Oh, you're the
I
writer.
wish. No, I write. This is art by J.C. Grand. He did a great job. Pencils and inks, and then colors are by Mickey Clausen. And letters, we do have letters. It's all done. So it's ready to go. Letters by Dan Hosick. And he gave me some editing help as well. So I can't neglect to mention him.
And I did receive a PDF of this, and I can say that it was a very quick read because I was in a rush for the show, but I enjoyed it. It was like I like the contrast between like the art style between these 2 books are very different, but I think it fits with Beyond the Stars. It fits that, like we said, 2080 sci-fi style, but this is more almost a woodcutting style, but with really detailed backgrounds. It fits the older Revolutionary era feel of the comic.
Yeah. Now, what I sent you was issue 1. So this Kickstarter is for issue 2.
Oh, okay. Okay, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
I was like, wait, I didn't send you a letter. That was number 1. Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you liked issue 1 because
issue 1
because this picks up right where issue 1 ends, and I hope a little bit of cliffhanger on the end of that one. So I hope it was just enough to keep you interested.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. And you will all not be disappointed. So check this out right now. And yeah, we can get to the perks / tiers. I don't know what they're called on Kickstarter.
They're just tiers.
Okay.
Yeah. It's the same concept. Yeah. So we've got the $5 tier. If you just want the digital, you can get Steam Patriots number 2 for $5. If you want the Beyond the Stars digital, you can get that for $5 also. And then we've got the cover A. You can get the cover A, Beyond the Stars. You can get the cover B for Beyond the Stars. You can get the cover C. Ooh, I need to change that image. I see it was still penciled there. I'm scrolling faster than you are, I think.
Yes, I need to catch up. Cover A, B.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, and then same thing for Steam Patriots. You can just get cover A. You can get cover B for Steam Patriots. You can get cover C for Steam Patriots. And then there's the digital double I was mentioning. If you want to get both of them, you get a little bit of a deal. That's one of the things we tried to set up is that the more expensive tiers are actually a better deal. And then if you want both of the A covers, you can get the A cover for Steam Patriots and the A cover for Beyond the Stars. That's available. And then the same for both of the B covers, the same for both of the C covers. And then what's popular with us, obviously they're the foil covers, but we have these tiers called the completist, right? So of course, we've got a retailer tier. We've got a couple of retailers. You can see we've got one backer there. We've got a couple of retailers who support us pretty regularly. And I want to shout out to the one who backs us all the time, and that's Coliseum of Comics here in Orlando, Florida, which is where I'm based out of. But we have what we call our completist. So we have.
I can't seem to find.
Yeah, just keep going. Keep going. Yep. There you go. Yep, there you go. You're there.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
Yeah. So that's the completist. Just above that, you've got the Beyond the Stars completist. So if you're here for the one you're looking at is a complete completist, this gives you everything, right? It gives you both of the foil covers, both of the A covers, both of the B covers, both of the C covers. It gives you every version as part of the campaign, right? If you scroll up just a little bit, there you go. You see, that's our Beyond the Stars completist. And this is for those fans who of Beyond the Stars who come in there saying, look, I don't care about Steam Patriots. I'm just here for Beyond the Stars, but I want every cover you got of Beyond the Stars. And this is for them. And if you scroll up just a little bit.
Is the trailer combining both of the projects together in
yes.
the trailer? Or?
Yeah. And of course, there's the same thing for Steam Patriots. If you're here, hey, I just want to get the Steam Patriot stuff. You can get all of the covers. And it's just the Steam Patriots completist. We did something a little. Scott made our video this time.
Yeah.
It was a pretty
not quite a trailer, kind of just an intro.
Yeah, it was a pretty fun little trailer. So usually I make them and kind of introduce it, and then we have the writers. We'll talk about the project while we put art images up there. But Scott kind of stole the show from us this time. So,
all right. Well, I guess we can take a look at this
said
trailer then. Let's go. Pew. Can I full screen?
Hi, and welcome to the Kickstarter. I am Roland Mann, and I'm the chief cook and bottle washer at Silverline Comics, a genre-spanning independent comic and graphic novel publisher, and I'm here to tell you about.
Sorry, Roland. We're taking over on this one. It is time to announce the next Kickstarter campaign by Silverline Comics, with the continuation of two of the stories you've all been waiting for. Steam Patriots #2 and
Beyond the Stars #2 of 6 by Ron Fortman.
Tell us about it.
All right. Beyond the Stars is a story that follows a team of science warriors that help the All-Mother in an intergalactic battle to save mankind. Scott, tell me about Steam Patriots #2.
Steam Patriots is a continuation of Felix Ward's story where steampunk meets the American Revolution. If you read his adventure in #1, you wondered what's going to happen next? Well, here's your chance.
You're going to love it. They're going to love it. I'm telling you, they're going to love it.
Dude, I loved it.
Trying to get a quality video with Rory sitting here. There may have been a little bit of bourbon involved. I can't say, but the number of times he said the All-Mother and Science Warriors to try to get
the history of the government doesn't want you to know.
I love all those prop books all around you as if you read.
Well, what? I've read them all. Each and every one.
Oh man,
that would be me. I would have to put prop books. I don't read, but no, I love it. I love your whole setup was great. It almost looked like a vintage library, and I'm actually big on books. I love books,
we just put another one up. It's on the Steam Patriots Facebook page too. So I'd love if you grab that as well. We tried. Rory lives in Ohio. I live in New York, and he came up to shoot some videos, and we got like 3 minutes of quality video out of days.
But you got 3 hours or 3 days of bourbon drinking.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, we
had
our clay pipes and our bourbon and our it was a good time. So
well done.
I just got to say, wait, Jimmy, you notice his books and you don't notice my comic books?
Oh, well, that's what I meant.
We dearly apologize.
Come on.
Oh my, look at that. Look at all those books. Look at those thick boxes. Yes.
Those thick boxes. How many times is that now, chat?
I don't know. I'm not even.
No,
I'm not even drinking yet.
But I'm always impressed with those people who can read those books without pictures in it.
Is that typical
with just
for you,
words?
Jimmy?
It takes a
Yeah.
while. It takes a
I'm like,
while.
how do they do it?
It's way more than 22 pages, 24 pages.
Yeah.
It's a
I-
struggle.
I like the idea of some American rebels taking over the broadcast, and cutting in on
Well,
the
thank you.
cutting in on the signal. That was
Yeah.
a good idea.
But Roland, okay, I got the kitchen, the dishwasher, but what's a bottle cleaner? You said and the bottle cleaner.
Bottle washer.
Bottle washer.
washer,
What is
yeah.
that?
It's just the dishwasher.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought it was a term like dealing with that period of time that was actually
Oh no.
a bottle.
No. It's just basically I'm the chief flunky.
Ah,
It's yeah.
well, you're
Right? The chief flunky.
you're
That's
the
me.
only editor to ever admit what you guys truly are. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh man, we're trying to help them here.
No,
They
it was
actually do have bottle washers though for like really lazy people.
Yeah.
It's like it's like a bidet for bottles. I'm like, do you not have hands?
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, no way! I want one.
I swear, Americans.
Ah.
Jimmy wants one.
Yes, I'm full American now. I'm everything. Cheeseburgers, everything. I eat mayonnaise now. Yeah.
Oh, hey, do you eat mayonnaise on French fries?
Oh, not yet. But
You need to try it. I hear it's a
Gotta-
Southern thing though. I've been told.
I thought it was
I'm Southern. So,
European thing, but
Yeah, I was gonna say. I would think that'd be European, but
Southern thing?
yeah,
That's
well,
what I've been
don't-
told. I don't know. I like
I'm in the
mayonnaise on my
South.
French fries, and
I think I need to end this stream right now. This is getting way. I can't
Yeah,
handle any-
now it's too weird.
right? Really?
There was a
Megan,
line,
give me some
Roland. You
fries.
crossed it.
Pardon me. We have 69 people watching.
Nice.
And
Nice.
they always love to point out
Perfect
that
number.
number.
That's
Yes.
right. Yeah.
If we could get all of those 69 people to hit like and then back Beyond the Stars and Steam Patriots 1 and 2.
We would be at 100.
And yeah.
We would get to
would.
100.
Yeah, so if every single person watching and everybody watching the replay back this book, this is a book or two books in one campaign from experienced creators.
Exactly.
You will not have to worry about not getting your books.
Or Jupiter.
That's right, yeah.
Or Immortal Rising.
We
or
have,
Unemployed
everybody's
Monsters.
stuff.
Everybody and
Everybody.
Trish's-
Click those links. Por favor.
Yeah, clickety click, guys.
Gracias. Por favor. Back those books now. I don't know how to say back those books in Spanish, but whatever. You get the point. Okay. Is there anything that we've missed on this campaign?
The usuals. Steam Patriots is on the socials. Silverline's on the socials. I would love if you like, follow, share, subscribe to everything we do, and get the word out there. And like I said, we just put another little video on the Steam Patriots Facebook page and Instagram. Love if you check that out. It's short and I think it's funny. So, but I laugh at my own jokes too. So you be the judge, okay?
Okay. Did you want to show it? Do you have a link?
Is it easier for you to go to Facebook and look at Steam Patriots, or is it too tedious?
I can go, but if you,
I'll
try. But if you can have a link,
I'll try as well. I'm
sorry.
If I
I
go,
have like a million tabs. Wait, where's
how
my
do
Facebook?
Is it easy for me to share?
No, I can. You can post links in the private chat, and I can
Okie
just
dokie.
click on those and bring them over.
So JE in the chat says that mayo on fries is European.
Oh, well then, I'm never inviting a European on this channel ever again.
Explains why I never heard of it. I'm in the South and we haven't.
That sounds like a Southern thing, though.
I don't know if I did. That might be the right link. I'm not sure.
Is it the one with the library?
Yeah.
With tons of books?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's see if I can play this incognito. All right, fingers crossed. Let's go. Ooh, and you also have t-shirts. Yay, nice.
T-shirts,
Merch
yes.
is good. Yeah, merch is good. And you have a website. So thank you, Mortal for posting.
Thank you. Yep.
Pulling that up. All right, let's go. Why is this no sound? All right.
Yeah, we got it.
In the year 1776, the month of August, here follows the account of Felix, colonial mechanician, and finding the plans of power.
All right, Rory. I think I've researched everything I can. How's it going with you?
That's so mean.
Good. Yeah,
I love
real
this
good.
guy. Yeah.
Thank you.
He had a bookmark it right in the middle. That's awesome. That's what I would do.
Thank you.
I like how your video trailers are just you guys cosplaying. I thoroughly enjoy this. It's very memorable.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
All right.
Thank
Well,
you.
you guys have a Facebook too, so go
Yeah.
follow them over there. And thank you. Very awesome looking books.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. All right. And let's cycle through all the campaigns one more time. Sorry. Does someone have something else to say? I don't know. Okay, I talk over people a lot, so I'm like terrified of doing that because I have a problem with not shutting up. Okay, let's refresh this to see if we got any more backers. Did this go up or did it not? Was it 86?
It was at 86. We got one. Thank you. Thank you, number 87. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Well, we're aiming for 100, so we're not leaving until this hits 100. I'm just kidding. I do have to go.
Gonna start our telethon. All right, keep those phones ringing, people. I'm gonna start hitting plates and playing a tuba or something. I don't know.
I'll put on a show for everybody to bag these books. And there
I'll
you
do
go.
my
There's-
interpretive dance of Steam Patriots.
Thank you. Some ribbons and.
Oh dear, I'm not sure if that'll help, but it's an effort that counts. And
Keep us
Immortal
entertained.
Rising. Aaron and Jose had to leave, but it is like the middle of the dang night. But if everybody can go follow them and back this campaign as well, I have all the links are in the description for all of these books and everybody's Twitter profile as well. And if you love fantasy and action and you want Jose's juicy, amazing detail art, then back this thick book.
Yeah.
One of many thick books we've talked about today.
How many times is that, chat? Alex? How many times?
A lot of times.
Alex and VRB in the chat's been keeping track.
I think I've broken a record on this.
Yeah.
And Unemployed Monsters.
Oh, that song. I want to hear that song again.
Play the
You wanna hear
song.
it?
Yeah,
Oh,
play the song.
Hold on. I will end the stream with the song. So we'll circle
Perfect.
back.
Perfect.
All right, there we go.
Perfect.
Perfect. And also we have Jupiter issue 1. It's pew. There we go. Back this as well. Another.
So Rini, I got 7 backers during this live stream. You have a you've got a wonderful audience. Hail to the chat. We're 92% of the way to my $5,000 stretch goal. So just a reminder, Jupiter is 40 thick pages of comic books for only $10 and plus a non-prize. So those that are watching, there's 2 days left of the campaign. Thank you to everybody that backed this is a wonderful live stream, wonderful crowd. Thank you for the 7 backers. And we're 92% of the way to go with 2 days to go. So thank you, everybody.
Amazing.
Beautiful
I'm so glad you got backers, and thank you to the chat. You guys are the real MVPs. You guys know that. And thank you for backing this book. I'm very excited to see that. Yeah. All right. Jupiter issue 1. Check that out. And also we have what's my waiting sound? Because my browser is slow. Horizon Quest!
Horizon Quest. Yeah.
Yay!
Oh, somebody, she got so excited. She just broke the 3D printed helmet.
Oh,
No,
Is that what happened?
It was a $2,000 vase.
Oh,
No,
good going.
Well,
to help Trisha buy a new $2,000 base, you need to back Horizon Quest right now, which is
back it
another
twice.
boodalicious fantasy comic that is thick. So check it out.
The book that's thick. It's a thick
Very close to your
floppy.
threshold.
So that was the weird play on words there. That's what she called it when she came out. Her first words were, "My book is thick floppy." And the chat loved it. By the way, the chat all went off on the thick
Why
floppy.
do you remember that? And I didn't even register that. Wait, this is like 60 pages, so it's going to. That's not a
60.
floppy. That's a trade.
Yeah. So is it saddle? Is it going to be saddle stitched, Trisha, or is it going to be perfect bound?
Yeah, it's gonna be it's gonna be a stable comic, but it's just gonna be thick.
You're gonna saddle that thick floppy. All right.
Well, that makes sense. You can use center paper for black and white pages, and it won't cause any trouble, so you can still staple that. So, but it is 60 pages. It is as thick as a staple comic can get. So, just right. Back this now.
See, you get away with saying the strangest stuff, but you say it so cute and a cute smile, and the chat they eat it up. But if I try that.
Strange. What? Valen's complained about me. Why?
Oh, because
what is he complaining about?
Shane's having their clothes out.
Is he promoting books, John Malin? Well, how about don't bitch about me when I'm here working hard. I'll be over there. in a minute. Tell him to hold his tits. Okay.
Trisha, when you had your computer issue, how much of the book got lost, or how like did you have to redo the whole thing, or did you just go to an earlier update?
Yeah, I had the early drafts. So basically all the inking work got lost. And I had to like re-letter it and everything.
All right. So back this book, because not only is it a heroic tale, it was a heroic effort to get the book recovered. So it's doubly an adventure. So go check it out.
Yes, absolutely. All right, everybody, check out Horizon Quest.
Who was that backer that she got earlier? I forgot. Somebody said they were backer number something. Because Trisha owns us.
You just went up. You just got another backer. Yay! And we got the dance.
Wait, you got to do it again, because there was 15 and then there was 16.
What?
She got somebody back earlier too. Remember?
She already did a dance.
No, but didn't we get 3 back
out of a dance
during this time? She got 2. I thought she had 3.
She already. It's fine. It's fine. We already did it. Congratulations and thank you everybody for backing this book. I think it was 3 backers, right? Awesome.
It was 3.
Yeah, that's great.
Don't leave the backers hanging.
What? No, I'm saying she already did the dance like 3 times. Jimmy, stop being weird. All right. I think it's time that we wrap this up. This has been 3 hours. We did 1 hour less than yesterday, and we have more people. I'm so proud of myself. I did so good. Oh, wait, real quick. I have a campaign, too. Oh, forgot about that.
And by the way,
maybe I should talk about that, huh?
Everyone watching, this is Reni's conception, Reni's idea. She wanted to do this, came up with this whole, creator roundtable thing and everything. So I appreciate it. Yeah. I appreciate you letting me be on here as well, so.
Thank you.
Very nice thing you've done for everyone out here tonight.
Thank you all for coming out. You know how we are around here. You got to get back to the community. So no sweat at all. These are really awesome campaigns today. I love how we had like a full house of fantasy, and I did not organize it this way. But we also had everyone, like we have people that used to work with each other like 20 years ago. And then people are really good chemistry today. I didn't plan this out at all. So you guys were absolutely awesome guests. And I really appreciate it. And check out all these campaigns. You're all welcome back on sometime if you ever need some more promotion, and I have a slot. I'm super busy right now working on this book, trying to get it done because I need to fulfill this summer. But after that, hopefully I'll actually be able to. I'll try to be doing this. I'll try to do this once a month. That's the idea, having like a roundtable. But I still do the normal promotion shows on Wednesdays. But yeah, Fiendish is my fantasy mystery comic, and the Indiegogo opens in a new page, so I had to pull it up like this. But you should also check out the website because I have a bunch of awesome stuff like character profiles, and I have my constructed language on the website. Fiendish Chapter 2 Origins at 167,000. Thank you all so much. Holy shit!
These backers love you. They love you.
And the next stretch goal is 170. I got it wrong last time. It's 170. And the reward money for the fan art contest winners will be going up. So that is going to be our next stretch goal. And I'm hoping we can get there so I can throw more money at these people that did amazing art that will be printed in the comic campaign. If you like stories about vengeance, about ancient evils returning, and characters going on a journey to address the demons of their past, then this is the comic for you. And please give it a look. And also, Jimmy, you have a book, I recall. You have a little book that could.
Called? The little book that could.
A little book that could. I mean, you do okay. You're only at like 27,000. I mean.
Yeah, not bad for my first campaign of my own.
No, this book is awesome, guys. Dragon Rage: The Crown of Fire.
That's right. If you guys love, books that have masculine male characters, sexy female characters, a lot of action, and dragons. It's about the race called the Dragari. They're humans that have a rare ability to capture the rage of a dragon, and they can wield the powers of that dragon as their own. So it's pretty cool, pretty badass characters, and lots of round plot going on in this book. Very shapely, very thick.
Very thick. Another thick book.
You're making my character twerk.
I'm trying to help.
Yeah. Awesome. So I brought back the David Finch cover for a limited time because I had closed it down when we closed the campaign and went into demand. But for now, for a limited time, while I'm going to be on a couple of shows, I'm going to make it available. So
yes.
Yeah. Oh, and there's your favorite knee, Rini?
Yeah, my favorite. This is like a really good, well-drawn leg, and I'm like really fixated on that. So the knee cover is my favorite. Oh no.
The knee cover. I'm gonna change the name to that.
you should. Yeah, that'll really help sales. You never know. Maybe our customers have a knee fetish.
I like knees too. I like knees. Feet. Some people like feet. I like knees.
Oh, you're one of those people. We don't need to know too much about that. So you can keep that. You can keep that to yourself. But everybody, check out Dragon Rage: The Crown of Fire. That is on in-demand on Indiegogo, and all these other campaigns that we have showcased today. And that's it. Thank you all so much. This was amazing.
Thank you.
Yay!
Yeah, this is fun.
Thank you, Megan. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet everybody.
Yeah, you too.
All right, I'll be heading. I guess if they're still streaming, I don't know who's streaming right now. It's like Ethan or John or Shane, but I'll head over because apparently I'm being yelled at. And tomorrow I'll be doing the next creative block. I think it's on Narwhal's channel, so that's gonna be fun. You guys are this. Narwhal never disappoints with putting on a show, so go check that out. It's my sort of group show with Phil and Hyper Wizard and Narwhal. We talk craft. We're going to be talking about storytelling again. It's always a lot of fun, so go check that out. And I'll see you guys next time.
Cool. Are we gonna do that song tonight?
Yeah, I will. I have to pull it back up. I didn't forget.
Thank you. Thanks, everybody. Yeah, I think Shane's closing out. That's probably why they're mad at you.
Oh yeah. Well, listen, it's not my fault that he decided to close out when I decided to do a stream.
That's right. Hey, thanks everybody. Appreciate it. See y'all next time.
Okay, see y'all. All right, here we go. Bye-bye.
Come buy a comic book, come buy a comic book, come buy a comic book, come buy a comic book. Flip the pages to an awesome story about 3 kids rock and rolling on the street. Get in the garage and practice till you name something that you love. And when you share it with the world, don't be afraid to go against the evil people. People with holes in their heads and cheesy music on the radio. Put posters on the walls, rip them down so they can fall. We made this music by ourselves, nobody even helped. I hope the bad guys end up straight in jail somehow. You'll have to read the comic book to find out.